You're a fucking choir boy
shit.
compared to me.
Here we
a
go
choir
again.
boy.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me what's funny.
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again.
They told me not to come to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. They told me not to do this.
Tonight's the night.
But it's going to keep happening over and over and over again.
And it's going to happen again and again.
Let's get this party started, ladies and gentlemen. MAGGCAST is live. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming over to see MAGGCAST tonight. And of course, you know, it can't be a MAGGCAST without Lady Dimitrescu right there. There's my girl. There's my girl. You know what? That's in honor of the fact that Resident Evil Requiem is now up for pre-sale. I hope you're all excited for that. I am super pumped for that game. I can't wait to get my dirty little hands on that game, man. It's going to be something else, man. Really, really looking forward to that. So there we go. We are live. We are ready to rock. We got 19 beautiful people already in the chat. Look at all that green, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all that green. And then we got the one blue in there. That would be Magnum. That would be Magnum. Our moderator for the evening. So how's everybody doing out there, man, before we get this party started? How we all doing? Everybody feeling all right? We got Halloween tomorrow. Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat, he's saying, by the way, welcome. And he's saying, Mag, how did the stream with your daughter go? It went very well today. We went just over 2 hours today. I took about a 40-minute break, and then I came back here to do MAGGCAST tonight. So here we are. We're here to talk. We're here to do our thing. Ready to rock and roll. So, yeah, it's all good. So as people can continue to stroll in, sorry I didn't put out a notification ahead of time. I was just so busy with stuff that I literally couldn't squeeze it in the schedule. So I tried my damnedest, but either way, it didn't matter. As soon as that live button goes live, you're gonna get that notification anyway. At least I hope so. As you know, YouTube is starting to do some funny things, and by funny I mean not so funny, because they seem to be angling towards this whole AI. Hollywood integration nonsense, which, you know, maybe I'll get into in a little bit. But either way, we shall see how this all goes down. But YouTube is definitely changing from what I understand. But anyway, I'm not worried about YouTube. I mean, I am worried about YouTube because I want to do this as a career. However, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, if YouTube decides to go whatever road they decide to go down, there's always other avenues and there's always other ways to do all this kind of stuff anyway. So there you go. You got the notification. Very nice to see that, Arrow Nation. Very nice. So yeah, anyways, that is lovely. So let's get started into the show, folks. We got some things to talk about tonight. I got a third monitor finally. So that if you see me looking over that way every once in a while, it's over there. And it's very temporary because I'm trying to organize all this situation. I'm trying to get it all figured out. And there's the people that came to check out the live stream that was on a little bit earlier tonight, which of course was my daughter and I playing Little Nightmares 3. I see you, Dark Cloud, little table. I see you guys in the chat there. Excellent. You got the notification. See, that's wonderful. Maybe YouTube's turning around. Who the hell knows? What y'all doing for Halloween tomorrow? Anybody have any parties? Anything going on? What you guys got going on for Halloween? I know. Well, you know what? While you guys type that in the chat, I'll tell you what I'm doing. This is an all-day festival happening at my house tomorrow. Halloween is the biggest event of the year at my house, And of course, my wife. I mean, it was raining today, so kind of, no pun intended, put a damper on things. However, my wife's putting decorations out in the front. We got mangled, burnt up dolls that she's gonna have covered in blood and all kinds of cool stuff happening, and like all this display that's going on my front lawn, and then up the stairs into up to the house. And we got that going on, and then of course all the parents bring their kids over to my house. So my house is always like the headquarters for Halloween, right? So everybody comes over to my house, we do all that jazz, and then what we do is from there, all the parents take their kids out for Halloween, obviously, and then from there, the kids go off like to my basement or like to their bedrooms or whatever, and all the kids sit there and open their bags and do all that stuff and get all their candy and all that jazz. And then the parents were having a huge Halloween costume party at my house for adults only. I mean, it's not like, you know, nothing funky going on. I'm just saying this is going to be like, well, hey, you never know. We'll see how the night goes. But yeah, then we're having a big party upstairs for all the adults. My wife's been making like themed Jello shots all night. Like she's making like little coffin Jello shots and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So yeah, it's like a whole situation. And then, can you imagine this? On top of all this, so we're going to be having the Halloween party, parents having a blast, drinking and dancing and doing all the whatever and all our outfits. And then the kids are going to be off doing their thing. I'll still be answering the door. And at the same time, at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the Toronto Blue Jays are playing in Game 6 of the World Series, which, of course, they're going to win the World Series tomorrow night. So this is a day of epic proportions that is coming up. So, yeah, it's a whole situation. Yeah. Magnum, listen, Australia doesn't even need Halloween because every day in Australia is Halloween, okay? With all the monsters and all the insects and all the crazy things that you've got down there, every single day is a nightmare in Australia, okay? You guys have animals that don't even have names yet. Terrifying country. I don't know how the hell you guys do it. That's right, little table. We want it all, baby. Want it all. Want it all! So that's going to be tomorrow night. So anyways, now that we got all that niceties out of the way, we got some things to talk about tonight there, folks. Let's talk. Let's talk. So what do you want to talk about first? We got, you know what? Let's talk about some lighter subjects to start with. We've had, first of all, it's been an epic 2025 for everybody. Okay, let's face it. Like all the games that have come out this year and everything else, it's been like one after another after another. Magnum, it's not like, first of all, before I continue on with this talk, Magnum, moose do not just randomly walk around in Canada. It's not like I step out my front door to get my recycling box and there's a moose standing there, okay? You gotta go like up north, like into the middle of the wilds to find a moose. And if you find a moose, trust me, they'll find you first. 80 storm. Oh, Dark Cloud. Unfortunately, you are incorrect, my friend. Jays are going to win tomorrow night at home. I mean, both games are at home, 6 and 7. However, it's not going to get to 7. It's going to be Jays in 6. So, I mean, Yamamoto's on the mound tomorrow night, but you know what? The Jays are going to figure him out. They're going to figure him out. Anyways, let's talk about stuff. So since we last spoke, a lot of stuff has been going on. We've got the release of Outer Worlds 2. I have not played it. I will not play it until November. I'm going to sub to Game Pass for 1 month, as I've told you guys before, and I'm going to be playing Outer Worlds 2, Keeper, Ninja Gaiden 4, as far as I can get in that, and then and Call of Duty. I'm doing that in 1 month subscription. I'm going to bang them all out in one, and then Game Pass can basically take a back seat until next fall, like a year later. So that's how I'm operating. So I will not be playing Outer Worlds 2. However, it's scoring well. And I want to know something from everybody in the audience out there. First of all, anybody in the audience out there, let me know if you guys are playing it. And if you are playing it, if you're enjoying it. You know what I mean? I want to know if you guys are liking it. So let me know. Let me know in the chat. In fact, if you want, I'm going to put up a poll right now. Let's put up a poll. You're a fucking
Tonight's
choir
the
boy
night.
compared to me. I'm a choir boy.
And it's going to happen again and again.
There you go. Are you playing Outer Worlds 2? Let me see what's going on in that chat. I want to see what's happening. See if you guys like that. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I have to fix that on the next stream, which is going to be really funny. I have to fix on the next stream the fact that I have the hotkeys set up on my keyboard. Some of the hotkeys are on the keyboard, and then what I got to do is at that point, I'm actually going to have to remove them because every time I type something while I'm doing the show, it starts setting off my soundboard, which is ridiculous. We can't have that. Magnum, I just want to say something, dude. Magnum just said in the chat, he goes, I picked up Star Wars Outlaws cheap, and what the hell people on about the game is dope. Star Wars Outlaws is a fantastic game. It is a wonderful game. Hey, Danny Passion, Iron Balls, welcome. Listen, it's a great game. Maybe at launch it was not very good, but I'm telling you the game is fantastic now, and I played it for cheap too. I bought it for like 60% off, as Ubisoft is famous for, you know, getting their games out for super cheap. However, when I sat down and played it, if you're a fan of the original trilogy, not even the sequel or the prequel trilogy or the sequel trilogy, the original trilogy, if you're a fan of that and hit that part of the world, trust me, man, you're gonna love that game. We got 78 Ink is in the chat. He's saying the Outer Worlds 2 has been good thus far. Well, it looks like that poll is about 50-50, as it looks like. People are playing it. Some people are. Vote no, but I will eventually. Okay, yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I just want to know. I just wanted to get like an idea of what was going on with all that. So, yeah, I just want to see how people are, and whatever. And let me know what you guys think about it. Because you know the thing is, let's face it, it came out, what, yesterday? Officially? I mean, I know the reviews came out a week ago. You know, all the people that I talked to who actually already played it ahead of time or whatever got the reviews in and out of there. But the game drops yesterday, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it. Like, it just... Like, even when I scroll through Twitter, you know, like, people put, like, pictures up and say, hey, this game is awesome, check this out, or whatever. You know, and that kind of thing. And, like, see, I'm seeing in the chat right now, people are saying, like, I'm playing it. You know what I mean? Oh, Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat, 100% I was made for Australia. I was made for Australia. The only thing I can't take is too much heat. I mean, I don't mind the heat, but, like, not that much heat. You guys are ridiculous. And then you guys never have a break from that. Highlander's playing Outer Worlds 2 on his PS Portal. Speaking of PS Portal, I haven't touched my PS Portal in a long time, right? And just last night, I don't know what it was. I just felt like the itch to just turn it on. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play the PS Portal in bed because I was exhausted and from the Blue Jay game from the night before. And I'm just like, I'm just going to bed, this and that, whatever. And I'm just gonna play in bed. So I go into bed and guess what happens? The right thumbstick doesn't work. Never did anything to it. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. The up and down, like the left and right of the right thumbstick works. Left and right. Up and down does not work. So I went on the internet and I'm like, what the hell is going on with it? Turns out that is a massive problem on a regular basis. Apparently that's a huge problem. So anyways, now I can't really play it because now what happens is as soon as I turn a game on, the camera goes straight to the ground. I'm just staring at feet. So I thought it was the game. So I launched up what the hell is it called? Ghost of Yotai. And I'm like, all right, Ghost of Yotai, let's rock. And I'm like staring at her dirty feet. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then I'm like, Mom, maybe it's the game. So I close the game and I go to Battlefield 6. And oh my God, by the way, I got to tell you, the PS Portal, the graphics on that thing and the screen are gorgeous. Like beautiful colors, gorgeous, you know, graphic. Everything looks wonderful. And it's a big screen, nice display, great sound. Obviously, you have all the haptic feedbacks and everything of the DualSense. And I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to play. What am I staring at? Combat boots. The camera just straight to the ground. And I'm like, what is going on? So anyways, I can't use it because the right thumbstick, like I said, the up and down don't work at all. So I'm glad your PS Portal is working. I mean, I've had it for like a year and a half, and I've absolutely loved it. Since I got the thing. I think it's a fantastic machine. I mean, I've used it everywhere. I've used it all over the place. But I don't know what the hell caused this, but apparently it's a very common problem. When I went to some of the Reddit threads, I even saw that some people had returned their Portal upwards of 3 times while they were on in warranty and whatever else. I think I'm out of warranty at this point, so I think what I'd have to do is I have to send it to like a local guy and have him like just pull it apart and repair it. And I know a guy. I know a guy that actually lives very close. He's only about 50 minutes from here, and he repairs all consoles: Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, whatever, PCs, whatever you got. This guy can pull it together or pull it apart and just fix the whole damn thing. So he's a wizard with that stuff, and he's fast too. You know. But anyways, let's get back to the topic. But first, before we get into that, Grim 1914 has become a magnificent maggot. Thank you so much, my friend, for becoming a channel member.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
You are a maggot now. You get to get all the perks that come with that. Of course, like last night, we did a members-only Q&A session, a little bit of a chitty chat and a talk. Shh, private talk. It was for members only. So we're not going to tell anybody what we talked about last night. You remember? Don't say a word about it, otherwise I'm going to have to kick you off the roof.
This is Sparta!
That's right off the cliff. So we're not going to talk about what we talked about last night. That was secret for members only. Also, Grim, you also get access to our members only Discord, where we have discussions, send pictures of each other. I usually send nude pictures of myself, which everybody doesn't appreciate. I get reported all the time. But hey, it is what it's going to be. Anyways, all joking aside, great times. And then, of course, when I do my cooking videos, which I will be doing the week after Halloween. So next week, I will be doing another cooking video for you guys. Of course, channel members get access to that before anybody else does as well. So yeah, so it's all good, man. So thank you and welcome to the show, buddy. And then, of course, without even wasting any more time, we got Highlander Grim. Drops a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. And he says, have a great Halloween, everyone. Let's go.
Yeah!
Let's go, Dodgers. Are you out of your mind? All right, you gave me $2. You gave me $2. I'm forced to say it now. But still, Highlander, don't be a smart aleck, okay? Otherwise, you're out. Magnum, ban him for 30 seconds. I'm just kidding. Go Blues, yeah. So anyways, let's get back to the game. So we're talking about the game. So Outer Worlds 2 dropped. And this is not shade against it at all, because I hear that everybody who's playing is having a great time. I just personally haven't seen anything. Like, I've been looking for, like, even when I go on Twitter and stuff, I'm looking on Twitter and I'm like, all right, let's scroll down. No screenshots. Nobody's talking. I mean, the people who were talking about it earlier were the people who put up the reviews. But now that the game is launched, it's just like, okay, is anybody doing anything about it? Like, but I think it's not about the game itself. I think it's more the fact that there's so much going on right now that people just can't keep up. Let's face it. I think that's more what it has to do with than anything else, right? It's just the fact that there's so many games out there, so many releases, so much stuff in the news that we can't actually keep up with all of that stuff. And so I think it just gets lost in the mix. I mean, look at on top of that, Arc Raiders dropped. Everybody's busting my balls for Arc Raiders. Alex is saying Outer Worlds 2 is fun but slow. Okay, cool. Yo, what's up, Street? How you doing, buddy? So, you know, hey, Golden Suka's in the house. Oh, Keeper, I'm going to be playing that as soon as I get my my Game Pass subscription around the time of Call of Duty. So, in about a week or so, I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to play Keeper first. Exactly, Highlander Grim. Too many games, man. I mean, I know that sounds like a real first world problem, but seriously. So, you had Outer Worlds 2 drop yesterday. You've got Arc Raiders drop, and some people are saying it's fantastic. Some people are saying it's the best multiplayer game they've ever played. Right? And I'm like, okay, that's wonderful. Then on top of that, as if you don't have enough, and you just got knocked to your knees with 2 game drops, and then all of a sudden, and then let's not forget, just a week ago, you had Ninja Gaiden 4 or whatever, 2 weeks ago, you had Ninja Gaiden 4, Battlefield 6, like a couple of weeks ago. I know a Keeper dropped in Game Pass as well. Ghost of Yotai at the beginning of the month. Like, it's ridiculous. Grim is saying the same thing, 1914. He said, yeah, our new channel member, by the way. Outer Worlds 2 is fun, but moves a little slow. Okay, cool. And that's the other big one. So we got two other big ones that dropped. We have Arc Raiders. Everybody is busting my nuts for me to play this game. And I told everybody, I'm like, listen, man, I just don't have time for it right now. I got so many games on the go. I just finished streaming Silent Hill 2. I'm streaming Silent Hill F, and I'm streaming Little Nightmares 3. Plus, I'm playing Battlefield with the community, and I'm playing on my own. I was about to say playing with myself, but you know how that goes. So, doing all of that, it's insane, dude. I can't keep up with it. So, yeah, we got Arc Raiders dropped, and everybody's talking about Arc Raiders, what a wonderful time it is. And I'm like, man, that's going to be hard to ignore. However, longevity is going to be the key to something like that. Okay, longevity is going to be the key. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it the longevity test. And what I mean by that is I'm going to wait till December or January when maybe, and I mean maybe, have the itch to buy a new game, which is ridiculous because I got like 14 AAA games that I haven't even touched yet. But I'm just saying it'll be there, and it'll be the kind of thing that'll be like, all right, let me give it a shot. Maybe I'll pick it up for $30 instead of $50 because I think in Canada here it's $50. Right? So I'm looking at that kind of situation and I'm like, all right, well, let's see. If there's still hype around it and it's still growing in a couple of months from now, then I know it was worth it. Or, and I'm just saying, if it doesn't and everybody stops playing, whatever, then we know it was a fart in the wind. And speaking of farts, we have Grumpy Old Fart has become a magnificent maggot. Thank you very much, my friend. Dude, you have been a legendary supporter of this channel. Been absolutely out of control lately. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Fart. And then Magnum himself has renewed his membership and is becoming magnificent maggot. Thank you so much, my friend. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the support. And I was saying last night on the Q&A, by the way, and this is not like an ass-kissing session. I'm literally telling you the truth here. Last night when I did the members-only chat and the little Q&A session that we had, and of course we had a little powwow because we had to discuss a couple of things behind the scenes that nobody else needs to know about. And I had, like with some of the money that comes in, I bought a new monitor, right? And I didn't buy a new monitor for me. I bought a new monitor for the show so that we have, I have more access to more things. I'm like, all right, now I got another monitor here. I can interact over here. I can watch the stream on Streamlabs over here. I can game on this one over here. And then, now I got all this stuff going. None of this goes into my pocket. It all goes directly back into the show to make the show better. You know what I mean? And that's the plan. That's always been the plan. Just keep making it better and better and better and better. Because I'm not stopping here. I'm not stopping at no measly 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 16,000 subject. Nah, bro. We're going 100,000 plus. We're going past that. We're going hundreds of thousands of subs. We're going to go well beyond that. We're going to go 500,000 subs. That's what we're doing. And this channel is going to be going there. I'm not stopping. I'm not giving up. I am not ever going to surrender to this. Never. And never going to be like, well, I guess that's just what it's going to be. Fuck that. This channel is going to be monstrous. I don't care if I have to take it by force. I will find a way. But either way, I can't do it without you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you guys for all your support. And James Black, you know what? You got to start with your shit already.
Yeah! This is Sparta!
Off the mountain with James Black. James Black in the chat says, don't worry, Mag. We won't tell people about that rash you have. And look who joined the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We got Diamond Eyes. Diamond Eyes. He's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I still find it difficult to believe that that's a dude with a name like Diamond Eyes. I mean, it sounds like a stripper. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Put your hands together for Diamond Eyes. Maybe I should just, you know what, instead, hey, big boy, what's going on, buddy? We know you're a dude. You know what? Listen, man. If all else fails, I'm just gonna be a DJ, I'm gonna be an MC at a strip club. I mean, what the hell? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cinnamon. Yeah. Oh my my God. No, the Bean, I haven't heard that, but I'm going to listen to that right after the show. Aero Nation, we will talk behind the scenes. It's going to be happening next week sometime. I'm going to start setting it up. So I will reach out to you. Or, in fact, if I forget, which is most likely, you reach out to me. Of course, El Nini, you only get a VIP room, but you got to pay. Dude. It's $250 to get in the VIP room. But the good thing about the VIP room is that there's no bouncers there. So, you can do whatever you want. Anyways, let's get back to games. So we got all these great games. And then what drops on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, so we got this Arc Raiders situation. You got this Outer Worlds 2 situation, right? Things are happening. Things are moving and grooving. And then what happens? Battlefield 6 decides to drop not only their Season 1, which was like a couple days ago. They dropped their Season 1 with new maps, new modes, new all kinds of cool stuff going on. And then they drop a Battle Royale, which apparently is really, really good. Now, I am not a Battle Royale guy per se. I have got a problem. With running around for 15 minutes, grabbing a bunch of cool stuff just to get shot in the ass, and that's it. And then I got to start all over again. Nah, I can't do it. And it's don't give me that. Don't give me that get good nonsense, okay? Don't give me that. Okay? Don't give me the get good nonsense, because that's not what it's all about. Because sometimes people can get a lucky shot, okay? I'm walking, and you guys know how Battlefield goes. Battlefield can be hit and miss, no pun intended. But, I mean, Battlefield's a kind of game where, like, you come out there, you're like, all right, cool, here, ping! Shot in the face from a sniper from 18 miles away. And you're like, what in the hell? I just spawned. Can you imagine that in a Battle Royale? You're like, let's go, boys and girls. Let's get out there. And then all of a sudden you get shot in the first 5 seconds, and then I gotta wait for another round. Hell with that. I can't do it, man. Hey, Salza, how you doing, buddy? Salza, we're gonna get into that momentarily. You know when we're gonna get into that? When we start talking about Microsoft's numbers. We will get into that very subject. That's going to be a big subject tonight. It's something I want to talk about, man. It's something it's something I want to get into. But I'm warming up the crowd, folks. Come on, you don't go to a stand-up comedy routine and then all of a sudden you just walk out and the main guy's there. The headliner doesn't start the show. You got to warm up the crowd a little bit. Yeah, Grim is saying the same thing. He's not a fan of Battle Royale. But the thing is, what I am hearing is that it's really good. I watched Skill Up did a 20-minute review this morning. Skill Up, in case anybody doesn't know, he's a million plus sub channel. He's big time. He's making a lot of friggin' money. But anyways, the thing is, Skill Up, he did a 20-minute review on the Battle Royale. He said it's fantastic. And you know what that's going to do? With the kind of numbers that he brings into his videos, he's going to drive even more traffic towards it. And the fact that it's free to play is going to bring even more people over to Battlefield 6. Because you know what's going to happen? Just like a drug dealer. What does a drug dealer do when he comes to a new neighborhood? Hands out all the drugs for free first, right? Okay, here you go. Hey, yo, try this. Oh, you're going to a rave? Here you go. Give them a little bag. Get them to try all that stuff. And then they get hooked on your shit. Right? And then when they get hooked on it, they're going to come back for more. And when they come back for more, that's when they're paying for it this time. That's when they're paying for it. Right? And that's what they're going to do. They're going to go say, you like this Battle Royale? Wait till you see the rest of the game. Campaign, multiplayer. You know what I mean? Player-created portal sessions where they create their own, like, their own parameters and their own maps and all. Well, not the maps. The maps are like the ones that exist, but you know what I'm saying. Game modes and all that kind of stuff. People are going to be in there like, you know what I mean? Like white on rice. You know what I mean? It's going to be amazing. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring even more people into the ecosystem. It's going to be out of control. And then what's going to happen is those numbers are going to keep growing. However, they got to do the right thing, and they're already doing the right thing. The game's only been out 3 weeks. You drop Season 1. You're already dropping new modes and maps right away. You're dropping all these quality of life fixes. And then on top of that, then you drop a free-to-play Battle Royale. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You look at like Halo Infinite. Look at that thing. Great game. I love the single player game. I loved it. I love single player. The campaign. Loved it. And I loved the multiplayer. Fantastic multiplayer. And I was never really good at like Halo multiplayer. It really wasn't my thing. And I don't like the way that those whatever. I'm not gonna get into all the details. What's up, Iron Storm? Thank you for joining, man. Bobby's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Oh, let's see what Bobby's saying. He says, I don't trust single player game journalists with reviews of multiplayer games, not gonna lie. Hey man, you're entitled to your opinion and you're always welcome here, brother. No matter what. Everybody has their opinions. You're allowed to say it. And look at this. Grumpy old fart. Out of control, this man. Dude, calm down. You're gonna spend your whole retirement. Just joking aside. He drops a $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you so much. And he sends a super sticker that says #1 fan. That's insane. Thank you so much, my friend.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
That's right. Wait, listen, guys. Anybody who joined the channel.
Hell, motherfucker!
So getting back to the story, thank you again, Grandpa. Grandpa. Thank you, Grumpy Old Fart. See what happens, guys? We got Grandpa Barbecue and Grumpy Old Fart with their names almost next to each other. It's hard to distinguish which one's who. Roberto is in the house. How you doing, buddy?
The Max Show is the greatest of all time.
Thank you, Kratos. Thank you. I appreciate that. So here's the thing. You look at something like Halo Infinite, fantastic campaign. Listen, I think it was a fantastic campaign. Not everybody thinks it. A lot of people thought it was mid. A lot of people thought it was shit. And I'm like, hey, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Roberto, they're watching TikTok videos. Here's the thing. You release a great multiplayer with that. And then you don't support it. For like a year, you had like 3 maps. I know I'm just exaggerating, but I mean, it was pretty damn close, wasn't it? You had it in your hands. And then the thing is, Halo Infinite multiplayer now is wonderful. Guess what? Nobody's playing it anymore. Because you took too long. You know what I'm saying? You shit the bed. But you had the product. I mean, the Halo Infinite multiplayer was you see what Battlefield does? They grab it by the balls right away. They didn't waste any time. Right away, 3 weeks after release, you drop Season 1, you drop Battle Royale, all these quality of life fixes, new maps, new modes, this and that. And then they just said, and by the way, we're just getting started. Boom, they're going to hit us with even more stuff coming up real soon. They don't stop because you can't sit on your laurels. And you got to have your act together. 343 at Halo Studios now, they had the opportunity to do what Battlefield 6 did, and they messed it up. James Black. You know what I mean? They had the chance, but they didn't. But they couldn't pull it off because they just didn't get it. They didn't get the material out. And let's not lie to ourselves. You know why Battlefield is going balls to the wall? They're going balls to the wall because in 2 weeks Call of Duty drops. Right? They want to stay ahead of that curve, and they want to make sure that they retain a lot of people still playing Battlefield instead of going over to Call of Duty. However, I honestly, I know this. I know someone said it in the chat, and I can't find it now because the chat actually moved up pretty quick. Is that as soon as Call of Duty drops, I can't wait for all the dolphin flopping, Mexican jumping bean assholes to get the fuck out of Battlefield. Excuse my language.
Welcome to hell!
It is hell. Because you can tell a Call of Duty player the minute you see them. I'm playing Battlefield. I got the squad going, right? We're like, all right, we're doing our thing. A lot of times we don't even have our mics on, but we know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Get off my lawn. I see you, Grandpa. So you get into like a Battlefield game. I got my squad. A lot of times we won't even communicate, but we know what we're doing, right? We know what's going on. We have the basic idea. I play with strangers all the time, but we know what we're talking. We're like, all right, dude is going over here. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna go over there, do my thing. I'm gonna watch his ass because I got a sniper rifle. We see what classes we were. Or if I see 2 of my guys running over from one building to another building, I'll stand there on the second floor and I'll be support and I'll unload all 100 bullet clip into that building, knowing that there's guys in those windows waiting for my dudes who are about to run out across the street. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's an unspoken support in the game. And then the Call of Duty fuckfaces come in. Doing, 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 doing. Flop jump, flop jump, flop jump, flop jump, shoot, dump, bump, bump. Get out of here.
You call yourself a man?
You call yourself a man?
Lying, low-life, motherfucking degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
I can't wait for Call of Duty to drop. I can't wait for it. Because it's the minute they, like I said, as soon as you turn on Battlefield, I could spot a Call of Duty player from 3 miles away. I go, you see that thing that's jumping over there? Doing, 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 jump, flop, jump, flop, jump, flop, jump, flop. Trying to wall run, can't do it. Bouncing out of windows, jump there, bump, bing, bump, bump, beep. Off of trees into bushes, off of bushes into trees. Flopping on the ground, rolling around like an asshole, shooting all over the place. Not doing any objectives, just going straight after, like, just trying to shoot people. No objectives. Please go. Just go. Just go. Just go away.
This is Sparta!
Off a cliff.
Listen, 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 listen. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Get out!
Get out. I gotta play that again.
Listen, 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 listen. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Get out!
Get out. And listen, that's not a slight against Call of Duty. It actually isn't. I know some people are gonna take it that way. It'd be like, oh, Mag was talking shit about Call of Duty. I was not. I actually didn't mean to. But what I'm trying to say is that I enjoy playing Call of Duty. But the Call of Duty players are the most annoying juvenile, like the ones I, like, not all of them, that's not fair to say. But a lot of times, you know, waffle pies, a lot of times it's just very, it's not even a military shooter anymore. It's just a juvenile disaster. It's a nightmare. It's like I played the beta, I hated it. Dark Cloud, is that for real? That's crazy. I didn't know they were doing that. Alex is buying Black Ops 7. Listen, I may just buy it. I haven't decided yet. I may just actually buy it. But I mean, if the game pisses me off as much as the beta did, I'm not really sure. Because like I'm trying to play this and I'm like I put like 11 or 12 hours into the Battlefield 6 beta before the game launched. And so I played that. And then I go into the Call of Duty beta, like whatever it was, a couple of weeks later, a month later, whatever the hell it was. I can't remember the timeline exactly. And I played the Call of Duty beta, and it was just, I was just like, what is this? Right? I mean, I know we talked about it this show. We're not going to keep reiterating it, like, you know, on and on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's just like, it was just like compared to Battlefield, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. This is awful. But anyways, whatever. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it scores, see how it does. If the real reviewers, and I don't mean like, you know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm talking about the real reviewers. Yeah, see, Paulie Walnuts, it sucked, Mag. Yeah, it did. So the thing is, at the end of the day, if this doesn't score well, when I get the real reviewers out there, they're gonna be like, "Yo, listen, just don't even waste your time. It's a disaster or whatever, or it sucked, or it's not good, or it's just the Fortnite-ification of what used to be a good military shooter." I don't know. We're gonna see how it all goes down. But if they say all that kind of stuff, I'm out. I'm out. But if they shock the world and be like, "Yo, this is actually a really good Call of Duty game," I might just actually buy it straight out and forget Game Pass. I might just buy it. We'll see. But like I said, we'll have to see. And I'm only going to talk to people that I actually trust. And you know who I trust? You guys. And that's what I mean by real reviewers. And no, I'm not saying that to kiss your asses. I'm being dead serious. I talk to the gaming community. I don't talk to people who get the copies for free, generally speaking. I mean, obviously I talk to a lot of YouTubers who get, like, review copies, and they tell me how games are, and I do trust them. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, like, the vast majority of people that I get, like a sort of litmus test of what a game is like, I reach out to the gamers. I reach out to you guys, and I'd be like, hey, guys, what do you guys think about this? Why do you think I asked about Outer Worlds 2? I saw the reviews. The reviews were incredibly good. But I want to know from you guys, because you guys are the ones who are going to be sitting there playing it. You spend money on it. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. Like, you actually put in your hard-earned dollars, and you'll tell me exactly what, if it's worth every single penny that you paid for. And that's why I trust all those opinions. I don't always trust, everybody who gets a free copy of this and that or whatever. Well, Polly Walnuts, I may not trust you specifically. Oh my god. But I may trust your gaming opinion. So you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes out in a few weeks, we'll revisit this subject. That's not the subject we were talking about. I mean, we were originally just talking about how Battlefield Battle Royale has sort of taken and our creators have sort of taken the multiplayer world by storm right now. Now, that is going to tie into something we're going to talk about a little bit later with Microsoft and their numbers and everything else. But I mean, I can't not touch on this subject right now of the fact that Call of Duty is facing not one, but two major competitors this year. You've got Battlefield 6, which is producing incredible multiplayer numbers, incredible retention already in the first month that it's been out, like this last 3 weeks or whatever. Then on top of that, you've got Arc Raiders dropping, and people are just gushing all over Arc Raiders. If they release a mediocre Call of Duty, they're in trouble. They're still going to sell their billions, and they're still going to make all their money on their stupid-ass skins and all that other stuff. They're still going to do that. Yeah, exactly, Dreadhaven. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Exactly, the Kotaku clowns. Exactly. So I'm looking at a situation like that. Excuse me. Jesus. They'll still make their billions of dollars, let's face it. They're still going to sell millions of copies because there's a lot of people out there, like we said before, and we talked about this a million times on this very show, that the 85% of the people out there in the world don't even have any clue who the MAG is. They don't know who any of us. They don't know who Colt is or Rand or Sacred Symbols or any of these, like all these people. They don't know who Skill Up is. They don't know who any of these people are. But they just automatically go to the store. Oh, new Call of Duty. Okay, they go to the store. They pick up a copy. They sit down and they buy it. See, Alex is like just pissing his pants right now. He's like, Mag, no matter what you say tonight, you cannot run away from the best multiplayer game, Arc Raiders. Everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying it. So, you know what I mean? You've got all that out there. So now you've got Arc Raiders kicking ass. You got Battlefield 6 kicking ass. If Call of Duty is rated anything below an 80, there's gonna be a lot of people. I'm not saying they're in trouble, but there's gonna be a lot of people out there who are gonna say, you know what? I think I'll skip this one, or I'll wait till later, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's a realistic possibility. So we shall see. We shall see when this all goes down in a couple of weeks. It's going to be very interesting to watch, but it's something that needs to be discussed, and we will discuss it in further detail later on in the show when we get to the main topic, which of course we're going to be talking about some of the financials that have come out. Okay, we're going to be talking about all that too, so that's going to be a very interesting topic. And then I want to talk about hardware again. So we shall see. But anyways, let's move on. Hey, Jesus, how's it going, buddy? True Serum, hey. Bally Baba's in the chat, too. What's up, buddy? Oh, and speaking of which, Iron Balls. He sends one gifted member. Thank you so much, my dear friend. I appreciate that so much. Iron Ball's been here since the very beginning, man.
Welcome to hell!
And to Polly Baba, you are now a magnificent maggot. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome to hell. Well, listen, buddy. Get in the trenches. Get ready.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Get in there and fight, maggot. You're part of the army now. So thank you very much. Enjoy the perks and all that jazz. Fuzzy Tomato. How you doing, buddy? Thank you very much, Iron Balls, once again. For the gifted member, I really appreciate that, brother. We want to talk about something else before we get into the Microsoft financials. Listen, man. Listen, I'm not gonna get like deep in the financials. I'm not gonna be one of those guys who put you to sleep. You know what I mean? Like some of these other, like, you know who I'm talking about. Some of those guys who get in there for like an hour, talk about all like the, you know, the differentials and the brackets and the this and that. Dude, that doesn't make for entertainment, okay? However, we are going to talk about the broad spectrum of it and where I think it's going to go. That's something we're going to talk about a little bit later. However, before we get into that, oh, Alex, it's been a very busy week, dude. Alex is saying, Mag, we missed you. This week has been really busy for you. Yeah, it has been busy as hell, bro. Just insane. Every single day has been something. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's going to stop. But I mean, like, you know, life is always busy. But this week in particular has been ridiculous. And I mean, and then the World Series on top of that has monopolized much of my time, right? So, like, I've had guests over, people coming over to watch the games. You know, family and friends and this and that and hosting and all this stuff. So it's been like wild. And of course, I've been downtown to go watch. I mean, I was lucky enough to go to Game 7 of the last series against Colts Mariners, Colt Eastwood's team there, which we beat them. It was so wonderful to see that live. And then hundreds of thousands of people parading in the streets and everything else. It was crazy. So, like, that's also monopolized a ton of time as well, which I didn't expect because I didn't expect the Jays to get this far. But anyway, here we are. Desert Cruiser. We will talk about console sales. However, before we get into any of that, there was something else I wanted to bring up, and I don't know, not that many people are talking about it right now. There is very good word out there, and I've heard it too, and I know some other people are starting to report it now, and I've only seen one video about it because it's just not that many people are really catching on to it just yet. I think it's actually going to Desert Cruiser. It's going to actually like get into a bigger like I think it'll be a bigger news story by tomorrow, I think, when actually the news sort of settles in properly. However, there is good word out there, and it's pretty much confirmed at this point. I'm just waiting for that actual confirmation from the clowns at Halo Studios. Halo 2 and Halo 3 are also getting the full remake treatment, just like Campaign Evolved. Halo Campaign Evolved, the first one. So you heard that correctly. Halo 2 and Halo 3 will be remade. They're being worked on as we speak. And they're getting the same treatment as Halo 1 Campaign Evolved. I actually think that's a good idea. I'm all for it. They got a lot of projects in the work over there, as you can obviously tell. Big Boy saying was expecting that, yes. You'll hear more about it in the next day or so. I know some bigger media sites are actually starting to pick up on it now. Like, for example, like even Screen Rant just picked up the story. So now, like, it's starting to get out there. Like, the word is starting to get out there. So I'm like, all right. At the same time, Sal's is saying by the time you get a new Halo, you'll be retired. Yeah, no. You'll be getting a new Halo, but not till next gen. Jesse James wants Fable. You'll get that too. Not this year, though. Not next year either. The more I'm hearing from that studio is that Fable is going into 2027. That's not confirmed, but the more I'm hearing about it, the more it's sounding like it's going to 2027. And I made a video about that 3 months ago because I was talking to some people that were working on the game, and they're like, "There's no way we can get that out by 26." And I'm like, "All right, well, you never know. I mean, these are people that work there. They don't run the damn game, but they do work there, and they gave their educated guess, right? And so they didn't think Fable's going to make 26. I know Jez talked about it, and then he says, "Oh, you may see something about it at the developer direct." I don't know. I give it 50-50, but the people I talked to, they said they don't think they can get the game out in 26. The next gen won't be for another 2 years there, Souza. 2 years. And that doesn't mean it's going to be a launch title. I'm just saying it's going to be next generation. I know Jesse James, listen, man, I'm with you, man. I don't want Fable to go into 27. But I'm just saying, more than one person has told me that they don't think they can make a 26 target. An educated wish, yeah. But in the meantime, let's get back to the Halo news. So it looks like Halo 2 and Halo 3 are getting the full remake treatment. Looks like Halo Studios is going for that that Resident Evil Capcom sort of vibe, where they're going to release a new game and then at the same time they have a remake of the older legacy titles kind of thing. Because, hey, you know what? If you do it well, and that's the key to all this, if you do it well, you will make a shitload of money. A lot of money. Capcom is making money hand over fist by going blow for blow, with the remakes and a new game in the series. However, they've had that formula now going for several years, right? So they've already had this in works, like, you know, between Resident Evil 7, then they remade 2, remade 3. You know, they also then they had Resident Evil Village, they remade 4. The thing is that with Capcom specifically, this is, like I said, this is not shade against Halo Studios because we haven't actually played the game yet. The Resident Evil remakes are 10 out of 10s. They are so good and so incredible. Never mind just the graphics that are stunning. Like, I played Resident Evil 2 Remake on the PlayStation 5 Pro this year, and I got a platinum on it. That game came out, like, what, around the pandemic? Somewhere around the pandemic? It looks like it came out yesterday. The game does not age. It is absolutely stunning. Plays well. They add more material to it. The gameplay is incredible. It's tight. It's intuitive. And it's just a full, complete package. Resident Evil 4 Remake, unstoppably good. Even the Resident Evil 3 Remake, amazing game as well. Right? So they're all good. And then on top of that, they're dropping new ones, right? So you had Resident Evil 7, we had Resident Evil 8, which was Village, and now you have Resident Evil 9, which is Resident Evil Requiem, that's coming out. And now they're working on, as we all know, or at least most of us should know by now, they're working on the Code Veronica remake, and then they're also working on the Resident Evil 0 remake as well, which take all my money. Whatever penny I have left, just take all of it, Capcom. I'm giving it all to you. So you don't think that Halo Studios sees this? Of course they see it. They're like, listen, man, we got legacy titles that people love. People love Halo 1, 2, and 3. People love ODST. People love Reach. Then you can go 50-50 when 343 took over. Because Halo 4, which I loved, but there's a lot of people on the fence about it. I don't get it because I thought it was a great game. Halo 5, again, 50-50 in terms of, like, you know, how people felt about it. Halo Infinite, same deal. Even though I enjoyed them, but, like, I'm not everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, Diamond Eyes is saying all Resident Evil remakes all run at 60 FPS on handhelds too. Yeah, Capcom know what they're doing, man. Joe Munger's in the chat. Hello. We got Briggs Country. How's it going, buddy? Yes, that is part of the plans there, Briggs. In November, there's going to be some new new additions to the channel. I am expanding and getting ever so bigger, and I don't mean my stomach or my crotch. I am talking about MAGGCAST Live, and I have a new show coming up, which I will announce in the next couple of weeks. That will be Friday evenings, and I will describe to everybody the premise of that show. That'll be doing as well. And then I'm going to Twitch as well. I will be duo streaming, whatever the hell you want to call it, dual streaming. So I'll be streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I will be also, when I do my game streaming, I will be doing so on YouTube and Twitch as well. And then on top of all of that, I'm organizing getting MAGGCAST and my new show on Spotify. So you'll be able to download and be able to watch those offline. Yes. So to answer your question, Briggs Country, that is all part of the plan. Yes, I just can't get it all done at the same time when I launch the channel, as I've been building up a fan base, building up, viewership and numbers and everything else, and all that. And I'm trying to do all that. Plus, I'm trying to get expand the channel. It's a lot of work. So, and plus, I'm not really good. I'll tell you guys right now. Listen, man, I'm not a tech guy. So all this stuff that I learned about, Streamlabs and OBS and having 3 monitors going at once, this is all new to me, dude. Some people don't have any idea how many, almost damn near hundreds of hours I've put into this trying to figure out how to do all this shit. Even getting this music on here. You know how friggin' hard that was for someone like me who doesn't know what the hell I'm doing?
You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
I know that's what I am. James Black, he's nailed it. He's saying Mag is adding Phil Spencer to the as a co-host for his new show. Roberto Marx is saying Halo is washed. It's irrelevant. You know what? We shall see. And I don't mean that in a combative way. I mean that in an actual way. You may be right. You may be right. If Halo Campaign Evolved doesn't do it, you may have a point, brother. But we're gonna have to find it. We're gonna have to wait and find out. Listen, I'm buying it. I'm gonna buy it. I love Halo. I'm not a Halo nut, though. I'm not one of these, psychos that be like, nah, man, you can't have sprint, you can't aim down sights, you can't do this, can't do that. But fanculo. Let me play it. Let me enjoy it the way I like to enjoy it, in 2025. If you want to play Halo the old way, go play the old Halos. There's no problem. Master Chief Collection exists. It exists. It exists. So you can go play that if you want to not run. It's totally cool. But I'm not like I said, I'm not a psycho about that shit. I just listen, man, I just want to play a fun game. I want to shoot a lot of stuff and enjoy myself or whatever else. But anyway, hey, listen, man, hey, nobody fight in the chat, all right? Nobody fight in the chat. Everybody's allowed to have their opinions. That's the way this channel always will work. All opinions will be respected here. If you disagree, it's totally fine. Totally fine. You're allowed to disagree. And be like, listen, I don't agree with you. Or I agree with you, or whatever it is. That's fine, too. But in the real world, everybody's opinion is respected here. So it's all good. It's all good. Everybody's welcome here. This is a safe space for everybody, okay? So it's totally a safe space.
Listen. Fuck off. Get out.
So anyways, they will not have multiplayer. That is also confirmed. I did a video about that 3 months ago, by the way, in case anybody was keeping count, which most people do not. Explore the infinite. Good evening. Okay, that your opinion there is welcome too. He says, I'm not playing Halo for a COD experience. I'm playing it for the Halo experience, original trilogy. That is also fair. That is also fair. Grandpa Barbecue, if you're gonna make fun of yourself, you're supposed to call yourself a pony bot, not a bot pony. I think you put it backwards, because I think that's what people started calling me at one point, and then they just gave up because I just didn't give a shit what they call me. I'm like, listen, man, I don't care what you call me. Whether it's Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, I play more games than most of them anyway, so whatever. No team leader. There will be no other shows besides the Game Awards. I mean, there's the Golden Joysticks, and then there's the Dice Awards and all that stuff. But they happen after the Game Awards. They happen in the new year, if I'm not mistaken. So, but this year, no, that's all we're getting. But that's not that far away. I mean, guys, it's literally not 5 weeks. In 5 weeks. What's up, Greywa? 5 weeks is the Game Awards. Anyways, so the Halo 2 and Halo 3 remakes that are also currently being worked on. Are also being worked on coinciding with Halo 7. We're going to call it Halo 7 because we don't exactly know what it is, what it's going to be called or how it's actually going to play out in terms of the grand scheme of things. But either way, as very much like Campaign Evolved, Halo 1 remake, Halo 2 and Halo 3 remake will only be the campaigns as well, and will feature co-op and will feature 4-player co-op. But no multiplayer. The next multiplayer that's coming out for Halo is going to be on the new mainline game that we here at the Mag Show are going to tentatively call Halo 7. What's up, Falcon? I don't even know if I said hi to you earlier. Alex. I guess I just kind of answered your question. Yes, the Halo will be co-op. Co-op and 4-player. So it's all good. And then, like I said, Halo 2 and Halo 3 remakes that are also coming will also feature will also have the exact same features. They will also have co-op and 4-player co-op. No multiplayer. The next multiplayer that's coming out is going to be with Halo 7. So there's that. So that's interesting news. What do you guys think about that? That was you know what? Honestly, I knew they were working on 3 different projects over at Halo Studios. And then turns out that they're working on actually more than that. I don't know if that's going to be like a little bit, Revenge of Locke. I don't know if that's going to be like if they're biting off a little bit more than they could chew. I'm not really sure. Hey, listen, I don't work there. But I mean, judging by 343/Halo Studios past, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, I'll just say it like I say it. I don't trust them. They're just not a very cohesive team. That's just the way I look at it. I mean, they're just, you know what I mean? I don't like the 343 and Halo Studios. I don't trust them. I mean, like I said, I liked Halo Infinite, but it didn't set the world on fire. And they couldn't get a goddamn map out if someone put a gun to their head and they'd be like, release a fucking map now. And they're like, no, sorry, bro. We'll release one map in 8 months. And they're expected to be doing a Halo 2 remake, a Halo 3 remake, plus Halo 7, plus another project. And they're also going to be overseeing that other multiplayer project, whatever the hell that's one's called. What that's going to be. I mean, that's a lot, dude. So hey, listen, man, I'm rooting for them. I really hope they get it all out. Because I'll be there. I'll play those games. I really enjoy them. You know? I really enjoy them. So, anyways, that's it for the Halo news. I thought you guys would find that interesting. Yeah, see, 78 Inc., I agree with you. He says 343 has fallen short with Halo. Yes, they have. Like I said, even though I enjoyed Halo Infinite, after 2 weeks, it was dead. And Literal Table saying the same thing, basically what I feel. I play Halo for the campaign, so there's a huge W for me. Yeah, I agree with you. I also play them for the campaigns. I mean, I play the multiplayer. Like, I actually put, funny enough, the Halo Infinite, I put more hours into Halo Infinite's multiplayer than all the other Halos combined. And I'm not even kidding. But that was just me. I really enjoyed the hell out of it. Okay, so we got to get into the big topic now. Let's talk about it. You know what, Jesse James? I just do that like to be snarky when I say 343 Studios because they literally just changed the name but not the people. So it's like, okay. So I just have some fun with it because I know it's not called a Halo. I know it's not called 343 anymore. I know it's called Halo Studios, but it's literally the same because I think they were trying to like branch it. Well, they did it for 2 reasons. They wanted to get rid of the stigma around 343 because everybody, 343 was not really, it wasn't held in high regard, shall we say? And then on top of that, they also wanted to change it to Halo Studios because they already knew even way back then that they were going multi-platform. Right? So, hey, Brandon B said, I liked a Halo multiplayer too. Yeah, it was great. Anyways, they knew back in 2023 that they were going multi-platform with Halo and, of course, with all of the studios. All the studios that made sense because they're not going to bring over games that don't sell. But all the big ones are going to, obviously, as we already know by now, are all going to PlayStation Day 1 as well as PC. So they knew all the way back in 2023. The first I heard of it was in like November of 23 when I started hearing rumblings about it. They knew back then that they were doing that. They changed the name to Halo Studios. They did that on purpose because they knew that they were going to go multi-platform. And that's that. No, Falcon, I'm not talking about the actual staff. I'm talking about like all the management and stuff like that. The people that actually run the studios. They're there. Trust me, they're still there. But anyways, let's get into some of this Xbox. Box is in the name. Talk. Let's talk about it. So we got some financials from Microsoft. I'm not going to bother you with all the Microsoft financials because nobody gives a shit. They're making hundreds of billions of dollars. They're doing just fine. But we're going to get into the Xbox side of things. And I'm going to read you some of the stuff verbatim. But there is something I want to talk about actually about the Microsoft stuff that I'm actually want everybody to pay very, very close attention to because it's very important. Rambo, what's up? Overall revenue for Microsoft's first quarter was driven by its... You ready, guys? This is what's important. Because this is showing you what they really give a shit about. Their first quarter was driven by cloud AI services. That specific division grew by 28%. Almost $31 billion from cloud and AI. Do you absolutely know how fucked we are? I'm sorry, there's no other way to put it. You know what's going to happen now? I'll tell you what.
Listen. Fuck off. Get out.
That's going to be Microsoft. Tens of thousands of people.
Listen. Fuck off.
They're all going to be shown the door.
Get out.
They're all going to be shown the door. Why do you think Satya Nadella stepped back from a lot of his duties as CEO and let the other puppet run it for a while he's, oh, what? Spearheading AI? I wonder why. Isn't that weird that the CEO of a $4 trillion company has decided to step back and focus entirely on AI? I wonder why that is. Could it be everything that I've been saying for the last 2 years? That 60% of the tech jobs in the world will be wiped out from AI, leaving hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people without work anymore? No, Grandpa Barbecue was a gain in it was a 28% year-on-year increase, brother. That's what I want you to pay attention to. I only brought that up because I wanted you to think about that. We're not going to talk about it in detail. We're not going to get in all that stuff because we've done that a million times before. But I just wanted to bring that up once again to show you that if you're in the tech sector, your jobs are in danger. They do not give a royal shit about you. They will throw you to the curb, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to give you a cute little package and go piss off. And then people are going to take it because they're going to see the money up front and be like, all right, I'll just take this money. And then all of a sudden they're going to realize, wait a minute. Where do I go from here when there's nothing else for me? See what I'm saying? It's a problem, guys. It's a problem. So it's something I just wanted to bring up. It was just, like I said, it was just a little thing on the side I wanted to talk about. However, they tried to mask a few things, which of course a lot of the people who reported this actually broke it down, which was actually really funny. So their personal computing segment, which what they did was roll they rolled Xbox into that division. It rose by 4% to 13.8 billion overall. Right? But people were like, whoa. Why did you roll Xbox into personal computing segment? It's not really a PC, is it? Even though everybody says a PC is an Xbox or whatever, as everybody fights to the death over that shit. But they rolled that in there to make it look better. But what somebody did is went in there and they actually separated the Xbox division and said, no, we want to know what the Xbox specifically is making. Of course, they had to answer that. They have to answer the shareholders. So overall, it seems that the gaming revenue fell by 2%. Fell by 2%. Now, the other thing is that they're saying that it was driven by the decline in hardware. Now, this is where it gets a little bit alarming. This was in part a 1% growth in Xbox content and services, which is not enough. Includes gains in Xbox Game Pass and better than expected performance of third-party content. Okay, that's fair. So Game Pass went up. Third-party content purchases went up and engagement went up. That's great. That's good. But it's barely 1% growth. Not very good. But it's okay. It's in the right direction or whatever. But considering all these massive, maybe they didn't, maybe it hasn't even factored this quarter coming up here as they dropped 3 games in there this month. Plus they also did a DLC in September. Plus they have Call of Duty in there. So those are all things that are, may come into play as well. Right? Later on, they say, okay, well, that 1% went up to 3% growth or whatever else because of, this, that, and the other. We got increased traffic because of Call of Duty. I would imagine that a lot of those, what they would like to say, better than expected performance of third-party content, I bet you $1 billion said that had a lot to do with Battlefield 6. Assuming that they used the financials that close. Not really 100% sure. But we'll find out. Not 100% sure. James Black, the resident comedian, drops a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, Compulsion, In Exile, Double Fine are not going to be around next gen. I'm calling it. You are probably not wrong. Thank you very much, James Black, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that, brother.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Big Boy Barry, what I mean by that, it doesn't work that way. 1% of a $4 trillion company doesn't mean you're getting 1% of $4 trillion. I'm just saying that's not enough. Yeah, you forgot Rare. Yeah, no kidding, right? I don't know. Rare is still making a lot of money. I still think they're making a lot of money on Sea of Thieves. Dark Cloud, I did not keep my Game Pass subscription. I canceled it. Game Pass in Canada is almost $40. It's $38.62 a month. No thanks. If I want a game from Microsoft, I'll just buy it. Because it's not even worth it. In 2 months, I've already paid for the whole damn game. And obviously, I understand there's other games in the service. I understand that that's how it works. By the way, thank you again, once again, James Black. I appreciate that, buddy. So anyways, let's get back to this. As I was saying before, they got gains in Game Pass. Gains, not games. Gains in Game Pass. Better than expected third-party performance of third-party content, purchases and engagement and otherwise, whatever, right? So that's all positive. But they got a 1% growth in Xbox content and services. Okay. It's not great. However, here's the big one. And this is the one that a lot of people are talking about. This is something we're going to talk about in a little more detail here. Hardware had a 29% decrease. Holy shit, man. I'm staying silent here for a minute. I'm letting the dead air sit in there for a minute. I just want to let that resonate for a minute. On top of the continuous losses over the last 2 years in the hardware sector, they've now lost another 20. They've not lost, excuse me. They've already had another 29% decrease in hardware. I don't even know how the hell they keep going that far backwards. That is insane. That almost feels like people are returning it. And it's like it's going in reverse. It's unbelievable. I've never seen. That's so bad. That is so bad. So now, the reason why I brought this up, this wasn't to be like some fanboy fodder or like some argument where people are going to freak the F out and all this other stuff or whatever. I'm bringing it up because I have to question something. And it's only a hypothetical, okay? Before people lose their goddamn minds, because everybody's lost their fucking minds these days. People losing friends, no longer talking to each other. You know what I mean? Over all this bullshit. We're not going to do that here. But I have to question it, because as a critical thinker, you should question things. Don't take what a corporation says at face value. Fuck them.
You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
I don't trust corporations as far as I could throw them, which is not very far. But I have to question something. If they see a continuous drop in I don't give a shit what they talked about. What Sarah Bond had her little chitty chat. And then Satya, I did a video on it the other day. Satya sat down and talked about the hardware for next generation and this and that. And then Sarah Bond, him and Sarah Bond basically confirmed it's exactly what I said it was going to be. It's going to be a desktop PC version of the ROG Ally X. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a PC. It's going to be a pre-built PC that you could go buy at Best Buy right now or whatever. You could probably buy, someone made a joke about it, but it's actually pretty true, minus the UI, of course, because the UI will be integrated in there, the actual Xbox UI. Is that pretty much if you want a next generation Xbox, you could just go to the store right now and buy one if you have the money for it. But this will be like obviously a much more affordable, something around somewhere in the range of about $1,000, $1,100, somewhere like that. I know the exact numbers because they were talked about. We'll talk about that another time. Not the exact numbers. I got the numbers that were given to the shareholders, but we'll talk about that another time. I talked about it with the channel members last night. We had a little chat about it. Yeah, see, Nelson, I think pretty much nailed it. He says most people that wanted an Xbox already got one, and that's fine. Yeah, it's true. That's true. And so, like, when you look at this next-gen hardware that they're talking about or whatever else, they're going to approach it the exact same way as the ROG Ally X and the ROG Ally. Is that they're going to produce just enough to be able to satisfy that 5% extreme hardcore that are going to go out there and buy that. They'll spend $1,000, $1,200 US. That's like $1,700 Canadian. Not happening here. You know what I mean? So, like, you look at that. And then they're going to, cater to that 5% that are going to be able to go out there and buy that hardware or will be willing to buy that hardware. That's totally fine. But they're also going to produce it the same way that they did the ROG Ally X. They're not going to overproduce it. They're not going to have, warehouses packed to the ceiling with ROG Ally X's. It's not going to happen. They're going to sell just enough to not lose any money on it, and obviously, and they're going to sell it at a price, at a margin that they're not going to lose any money on it either. Now, but the thing is, you have to start questioning yourself beyond that. When you face years, literally years of losses, where's the motivation to continuously bring out new hardware? Because if you're not actually doing it to build the fan base, not the fan base, but the player base, to continue that engagement, what are you doing it for? To appease 5% of people? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I'm really asking a question. I want to know. Most people don't want to talk about this on podcasts because they're afraid they're going to get called this, that, and the other. And I'm like, listen, I'm just asking questions. I want to know. You know what I mean? I want to know. What is the motivation? And then I know there's people out there say, well, I'll just build a PC. Not everybody wants to game for $2,000 friggin' dollars. Or even $1,000. A lot of people just want to pay $300 to $500, maybe $600 for a console, and that's it. And that's the majority of the people out there. I'm not talking about people who listen to this show and everything else. I'm talking about everybody else out there. They do not want to spend that money. I know guys who are not hardcore. They love Nintendo. Not one of them has bought a Switch 2 because it's too expensive. It's $700 here in Canada for a Switch 2. And they're like, I'm not paying $700 for a fucking Switch. They're like, if it goes down 50%, I'll think about it. That's what the majority of normal people do. But the thing is, the normal people also make up 85%, if not more, of the purchasers of gaming in the gaming space. So what are we talking about here? So that's what I'm getting at. So when you see this hardware decline over 2 years of Xbox console hardware going down, what is the motivation to keep coming out with a new one if no one's going to buy? Like, if it just incrementally gets worse over time, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, like I said, I'm not saying it's not happening. Don't mishear what I say. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying, what the hell is the motivation? What is the purpose of it? Hey, what's up, Wes? How you doing, man? Nice, Ghostbusters. That's great. Yeah, Alex, you're not wrong either. Now, the other thing is, too, actually, Roberto Marx actually just touched on something. He was talking about SteamOS. That's the other thing. So, you know, you release this $1,000 PC, $1,100 PC, whatever the hell it's going to be, right? For Xbox. It's going to have Steam on it. I would imagine that most people would probably be utilizing the Steam app a hell of a lot more than anything else on there, especially the way Steam runs their products with the sales, the big Steam sales. You could buy games for cheap and whatever else. Like a lot of these games that you could see that, like some of them that came on, like, for example, like the Ubisoft games that showed up on the new Game Pass tier or whatever else, part of the Ultimate. You can go to Steam and buy every one of those games for like $2.99. Why would you even bother subscribing to Game Pass? I'd just buy them on Steam, and you can play them right there on your box. Right? So that's going to take away market share as well. So, like, I'm trying to figure this all out, and it doesn't, like, I can't be the only one. But the box is in the name. All in TV. Box is in the name. I can't be the only one that this doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, Big Boy Barry, that's great. Yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, you're good. You're stacked up on Game Pass for 3 years. Done. You're solid. However, if you use it, hey, Nick Nax, how's it going? Guerrilla Tactics in the house. Let me tell you something, Big Boy. I want to ask you a question. And I want to ask you specifically. There are a lot of times, are you using Game Pass like almost every day? That's what I want to know. Like, are you not buying third-party games or anything else, or you just, whatever, have it there? And I just want to know, curious about that, because there are times where for me specifically, there are times where I've had like months and months and months on end where I never played a single game on Game Pass, and I'm like, what am I paying for? So I canceled it. I remember, okay, so you use it a lot. Okay, well then for you, that's great. So you're stocked up for 3 years and you use it a lot, then that's a great value for you. Wonderful. You know. But for me, like I'm just saying, and like I said, I will never shit talk what people view as value or what they don't view as value. I'm just saying, like, for me, like, I remember I got a lot of flack when I was on XNC because I told Cold Eastwood, I said it live on the air, I said, yeah, I canceled Game Pass. This is bullshit. Like, there's been nothing for months. I mean, it's fucking, like, I'm not playing anything on there. And then I didn't touch it for like 7 months after that. And then I got it back for a little bit, right? And I'm like, it's my money. And people are giving me shit for it. People are going crazy in the chat. And I'm like, it's my money, not yours. I could do what I want with it. If I don't find value in it, then it's I'm a consumer. Therefore, I have every right to do whatever I want with my money, and you don't have any right to talk about what's going on in my wallet. Nor will I do that to you. If you want to go out and buy a $2,000 graphics card without the rest of the PC, go right ahead. I'm not going to call you names because you went out and did that. That's great. I said, are you happy? Yes. Okay, well, great. Big boy, are you happy with Game Pass? Yes. Okay, that's wonderful. Because gaming is a hobby that we're supposed to enjoy and have a good time doing it. But if he finds value in something that I don't, that's fine too. Right? I'm still on the fence right now. If Call of Duty Black Ops 7 turns out to be a fantastic game, I may just buy it and forget Game Pass. What for? I'd rather just buy it and then, like, you know, play it over time or whatever. Really put in some solid time into it if it's actually reviews well and does really well. If it's a great game. What I played from the beta was dog shit. I didn't like it. You know what I mean? But either way, I mean to be asking. I see the chat's going wild right now. I'm looking at a situation where I'm like, I can't be the only one that this doesn't make any sense. Like, am I crazy? I mean, I am crazy. I mean, you know, everybody knows I'm crazy. But I mean, am I like really nuts? This talk about all this hardware and hardware and hardware and hardware, and then they come out with numbers that are so not conducive to creating new hardware. And I'm not saying they're not making it, but I'm just saying it doesn't make sense either. The only thing that makes sense to me is that they're going to cater to a very, very, very minute population within their population. Everything else will be accessed through cloud or the previous consoles, which will be supported, by the way. Series consoles will be supported into the 2030s. I can assure you that. So there's no fear of that happening, okay? So there's no fear of you losing your stuff on your Series X or your Series S, whatever. As long as you have them, they will be supported for several years. It's 2025 right now. I absolutely guarantee you that your Series S and your Series X will still be supported up until 2030. Now, beyond that, they may find cloud solutions that be able to access new games on those old consoles. They don't give a shit as long as you're in their system somehow. Whether you buy a game or whether you're playing it on stream. Like, for example, Elder Scrolls 6. I assure you, you will still be able to play Elder Scrolls 6 on a Series console in one capacity or another. So if you choose to continue to keep onto that hardware, you should be just fine as an Xbox gamer. And I think that that's wonderful. Falcon has made his decision. He's canceling Game Pass at the end of November. And that's fair. Guerrilla Tactics, how funny is that? They announced, what was it, today? I think it was today. They were talking about how Call of Duty will be running on the Azure cloud servers exclusively or whatever, and then Azure crashes all over the world or some shit. I was trying to get some more information on that, but I couldn't really get it. You know what I mean? So I'll figure that all out. I'll figure out that story as time goes on. But I heard that they had a major crash over at Microsoft, so I'm like, great. So you exclusively put it on. Now, let's face it though, Azure very rarely goes down. Okay, let's give them that. We'll give them that. Azure it's not like AWS has been shit in the bed like every week over the last one. And by the way, can I tell you why they're shit in the bed? Because they're trying to implement AI into everything now and fire everybody. I'm just calling it like it is, man, because that's exactly what's happening. So when you see all this tech just like continuously messing up and all these servers and everything else and everything else is crashing this and crashing that and crashing this. You know why? Because of AI implementation. And as soon as they get it in there smoothly and it operates smoothly, they did it with YouTube as well, they're going to fire everybody. And it's literally going to be like a futuristic dystopian wasteland of like just corporations and walled cities. And then everybody else is going to be in the outside eating fucking dogs. Like Borderlands. That's coming. But in the walled cities, like Elysium, you're going to have like elite, you're going to have an elite planet of people like on the moon or some shit. You know, just walking around enjoying life as quadrillionaires and all that kind of stuff. Quintillionaires. That's why all this stuff is messing up, by the way. It's a race to the bottom of humanity. It's a race to the bottom of humanity. Mark my words. Ghostbusters, you are currently watching AI Mag right now. Hey, Xbox is king. How you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you in a long time. Where the hell you been? You're not a bad guy. You're not a bad guy. You're not a bad guy at all. What? Xbox is king. Did that actually happen? Really? I didn't catch that. I'm sorry to hear that. You didn't get permanently banned, did you? Or is it just like you got like timed out or something? I don't know. We'll find out. I'll find out. You let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what happened. Anyway, Pushing Polygons drops a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. Pushing Polygons. Good dude, man. Good dude. Listen, he says, for a $10 super chat, he said, builds a comp in 2018 for $4,000 US after 7 years' time to do it again, and I don't want to. PS5 Pro till I decided to do videos again. I want discs and back compat. I'm assuming he said back compat. Who drove me to the PS4 in the day. Okay, I understand what you're trying to say there. Sorry, you must have done a text-to-speech or something because there was a couple of words in there that were kind of funny. But thank you, Pushing Polygons. I really appreciate you, brother, man. You are right. You've been there from the beginning. Welcome to hell, buddy. $4,000 is a lot of money for a PC. But yeah, no. I'm not interested in it. Not interested in it. Glinzer in the chat is saying, "Go Jays!" Thank you so much. Nobody wants California to win anything. Oh, you and Colt are good? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. He didn't give you one of these, right?
Yeah! Listen. Fuck off. Get out!
He didn't give you that, did he, Xbox's K? Anyways, back to the topic at hand. I know it kind of... Listen, man, it's the Mag Show. We go off on tangents all the time, okay? Because this is a stream of conscious show. Stream of conscious. It goes off on the tangents and everything else. It flows organically from one thing to another. I don't just say, and the next topic is... It just might dive down all these rabbit holes, and that's kind of how where it goes. Great Wall, Silent Hill F, we're playing tomorrow in the daytime, my friend. So anyways, back to the situation. When I'm looking at this hardware situation, I understand what they're doing. Listen, I know that Microsoft wants everybody to move to PC, but not everybody, A, wants to move to PC, and B, can afford to move to PC. Did I say BC or PC? I meant PC. They don't want to, they can't afford it. Maybe not both of those things at the same time. Some people be both of those things. Some of them would be one or the other. You're going to lose a lot of people. However, they're not going to lose a lot of people. You know why? Because all the people that they do lose, which they have been losing by the millions, going over, migrating elsewhere, whether they migrated to PC or PlayStation or Nintendo or whatever, those people will still buy Xbox games as long as the Xbox games are good. And that's something that I talked about 2 years ago when I was talking about it on, or not 2 years, it was a year and a half ago. Well, it's coming up on 2 years. I was talking about the third-party publishing deal that they were working out when Project Latitude was first starting to come to light. And I'm like, Microsoft has a new challenge at hand. And the new challenge is this. They're going to have to make quality-ass games because they're no longer making it for Game Pass. You are making it to sell on the PlayStation for $70 US. Maybe eventually $80 US. You are selling your games for 70, maybe eventually $80 US on PC. You may sell some of those games, obviously not all of them, on the Switch too. People will not pay that kind of money. In Canada, it's $100. I bought Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F was $106 in Canada. $106 in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that situation, Big Boy Bear, that's a smart way to do it, man. Slowly migrate over. If you want to do that sort of thing. So anyway, that being the case, you look at a situation like that. People will not pay it if the game is mid. Right? And let's face it, they want that money. They want that sale money. You don't think that they started salivating when they sold 3 million copies of Forza Horizon 5 on the PlayStation 5? A 2.5-year-old game sold 3 million plus copies in the first couple of weeks. They were salivating over that, going, holy shit, that's big news. Yeah, more like Silent Hill F that, exactly, Souza. That's big news. And they're going to want to continue to do that. And they're going to continue to do that. But that's why they have to absolutely make sure that Halo hits. They have to make sure that Gears E-Day hits. That Fable, whatever year it decides to come out, has to hit hard. Because they're going to sell millions of copies of those on the PlayStation if it's a great game. Especially seeing that you've... like I said, look at your hardware situation that I just talked about. A 29% decline in Xbox hardware. Holy shit. Where are these people going? We know where they're going. So you know what? And Microsoft knows where they're going. So guess what? Make sure you bring the quality games to them. The people that you lost, or the people who are just not interested in getting into your ecosystem, bring the quality to them, because you're still going to collect that 70% off of each sale of all your games over there, and that's all they really give a shit about anyway, because they're still going to make billions of dollars off of that. You don't think Microsoft is set, the Xbox division is set to make billions of dollars in the next month when Call of Duty drops? When last year that 83% of those games were on 83% of those sales were on PlayStation? They're set to make billions off of that. You don't think they want to continue that throughout the entire year with big titles like Gears, E-Day, and Halo and all that other shit, whatever else? They want that. They need that. And that's what they would rather do than sell you a box. However, they are well aware that they have a very small percentage, 5% maximum, of people who will go out and buy whatever they put in front of them from Microsoft, and that's totally fine. I'm not saying anything against that. It's totally fine. Go ahead and do whatever you want. It's your money. Spend it how you wish. However, they will appease that 5%, but the demand, the supply will meet the demand, and the supply will be, we're catering to 5%. And that's all there is to it. No different than the ROG Xbox Ally X. They're not millions of them sitting in a warehouse in Vietnam somewhere waiting to be shipped over. It's not like that. It was a great buzz title for their for a couple days there, because they're like, if you actually watched a lot of those media sites where it says Xbox Ally X, whatever the hell, sold out across the world, and then you get into the article and it says in the Microsoft store. The Microsoft store could have carried 9 of them. And then just say, yay, we're sold out. But widely available everywhere else. I did a video about that. I'm like, can't get a ROG Xbox Ally X? I'm like, come to Canada. They're sitting right here. Asus.ca, BestBuy.ca, Best Buy stores. They had boxes of them sitting right there. No one was buying them. Right? But you have a headline like that. You know, it gets people worked up. They're like, oh, sold out. I got to get that. So you're going to do the same thing here. Now, I spoke to someone who was a major investor within Microsoft, and he told me that when they had a meeting about it, I think it was in the summer. I think it was like late spring, early summer. I think we talked about this before in the last show, but I'll bring it up for anybody who didn't hear about it. They said that during that meeting, their internal projections for next-gen consoles were no higher than 10 to 12 million units. I think that's even high. I think when I was talking to Colt, I think even Colt said even he thought that was too high. So, anyway, that was their internal projection that was said to the shareholders: 10 to 12 million units next generation. Now, again, it's not their focus. They're not doing what Sony and Nintendo does. They're working on an entirely different thing now. They're working on, which we've said for years, Microsoft, stop fucking around with hardware. With all the trying to compete with these guys, you suck at it. So do what you're strong at: services and software. Focus on that. That seems to be your strong point. That's where you made your trillions. Focus on where your strengths are, not your weaknesses. So that seems to be what they're doing, but they're doing it very slowly because they're trying to condition the customer to get away from the traditional way of gaming on the Microsoft side of things, not the industry. That's another thing that pisses me off more than anything in the world. Why people keep saying shit like that when they're like, oh, this is where the industry's going. No, it fucking isn't. Microsoft is going that way, not the industry. And that's totally fine too. It's totally fine. They could do whatever they want. And I support it as long as they're there. I don't want Microsoft to go. I don't want Xbox to go anywhere. I don't want that to happen. No, you nuts. That's stupid. You know what I mean? I have thousands, literally thousands and thousands of friends on Xbox that I talk to daily. Right? And we, and then of course when Call of Duty drops, I'll be playing with the Xbox community because I'll be playing it on Xbox. And we're doing all that jazz. Yeah, great time. Whatever. Got nothing to do with that. I was going to say, focus on what you're good at. But they will still appease that 5% with this hardware. But by looking at numbers like this, I think that's the only solution. I think there's no chance that they're going to go and try to mass market anything because it doesn't make any sense. When you get a new report that says another, not like this is a one-off. This has happened many, many, many times before. Another 29% decline in hardware. Another 29% drop in hardware. Jesus. That may even just motivate them to make even less. They'd be like, fuck it, make 5 million and that's it. That's it. 5 million and that's it. If we want anything more than that, special order it. We'll make it. Send it out. We'll do batches. We'll do small batches, like as if we're making like artisan fucking honey or something at the farmer's market. Okay, we're gonna do it in small batches. After 5 million, we'll do 100,000 at a time. That's it. What do you think the ROG is gonna do? That's probably why some people can't. I see you guys in the chat. Some people are like, I can't get one in Grumpy Old Fart is asking, are they going to finance a new console? That's a good point. I think that they would absolutely do that. Yeah. Xbox is king. I'm trying to understand what you're saying there. Ask the question again, brother. It says here, Mag cannot tell me as a Sony fan more than an Xbox fan how soon is going to do better with the PS6. Can I, Mag? I sort of get what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. But I can tell you one thing. If you look at statistics and you look at trends, every year, every single generation, someone always says that Sony PlayStation's not going to be good or whatever the fuck they're going to say. Oh, it's not going to sell that well or this and that or whatever. And then every generation, they just continuously do what they always do. Sell 100 million plus consoles and dominate the market with Nintendo. And it's the same shit every generation. Let me catch up with this chat a little bit here. Gorilla Tax is saying, I don't get how they can make money at $1,000 if it's 10 or 12 units. $1,000 just for the card. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. This guy, Jose, how's it going, buddy? He says, if I really liked Outer Worlds 1, should I try? Of course. I heard great things about Outer Worlds 2. I think you should absolutely play it. Yeah, Dreadhaven. Yeah, that's one way of fighting the scalpers. Yeah. Xbox is king. Subway sandwiches are $20 in Canada. You know, I took my kids to Burger King. They wanted to go to Burger King because I had to go to Best Buy to go buy this monitor, right? And I needed a new monitor, just a small one, only 22-inch monitor, very similar to something else I have. And on the way, it was just me and my two kids. That's it. My wife wasn't even there. It was just me and the kids, and we drove by the Burger King, which is right across the street from Best Buy. So they're like, Dad, can we go to Burger King? I'm like, fine. We have, I haven't been to Burger King in like, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years. I don't really eat fast food much because it's, not good for you. So they're like, fine, let's go. We got 3 combos. One for me, one for the kid, one for my daughter, one for my son. It was $45. Xbox is king. I can't keep up with you, man. It's not a teleprompter. It's a live chat. Yeah. You're probably not right. Probably not right. You're probably not wrong about what Xbox is going to be a much more powerful machine. Certainly going to be a lot more expensive. Are you going to put down that money for that? I'm asking. I'm just simply asking. I'm not being a jackass about it. I mean, Big Boy Barry, yes, I can cook too, brother. I can cook too. Yeah, $45 for 3 combos at Burger King. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Guerrilla Tactics, if I want to take my family of 4 out for actual dinner, it's like $200 for me and my wife and 2 children. It's $200, and there's no booze involved. Yeah, exactly, James Black. Canadian prices. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Marsh, what's up? Yeah, I know. See, Marsh is getting it. And why do you think that I'm saying that this next gen, like specifically the hardware, the Xbox hardware? I'm not talking about PlayStation because we don't know. Because PlayStation smartly keeps their mouth shut. I've said that forever. I said, you know, Xbox will probably do a lot better if they just stop talking. Yeah, I know, Alex. That's insane. I know you're not a robot, Xbox's king. Yeah, Marsh, no, these people don't have that money. You think my son's going to be able to afford a $1,700 console? Because that's what it converts to. I did a conversion. I'll do it right for you right now. Look, I'll do it for you right now. Okay. I have a little bit more information about the projected prices. So that's $1,538. Let's do some math here, okay? Yeah, it's almost okay. So if the console happens to be $1,100 US, let's just say, for example, okay? That in Canada is $1,742. You think my son's got $2,000 lying around to be able to play that? He certainly doesn't have it for a PC. And a $1,000 PC in Canada won't get you nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's almost $2,000, guys. Let's get serious here. So who are you making it for? You're making it for that 5% out there who can afford that. Right? And that's totally fine. Like I said, it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody else is going to be moved to, allow me to tell you who. And I quote, overall revenue from Microsoft's first quarter was driven by its cloud. Should I repeat that? Cloud and AI services, which rose 28% year over year to $30.9 billion. So everybody else who's not willing to go spend $1,100 on a console will be utilizing cloud and AI services. And that's totally cool too. And it's only going to get better over time as they fire tens of thousands of people. But it doesn't matter. The point is, it's still going to get better over time, and that's all there is to it. So in that respect, there's nothing wrong with that. You're giving options. They're giving options that you could do. I'm just trying to figure out what the end game is, and that's what I couldn't understand. If you have continuous losses in one department, specifically hardware, and then for the last week we've had Sarah and Satya parroting about hardware, but you're continuously losing on hardware, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I feel like I'm being lied to. That's all. I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm just telling you how I feel. Something doesn't ring right. Tell me I'm wrong. Please, in the chat, say I'm wrong. Just say it. Say I'm right, say I'm wrong. I don't care. But something is off. Something is off. First of all, I don't trust them anyway. I don't trust them anyway. That goes without saying. I don't trust Microsoft at all. nor do I trust anybody who works there. I trust the investors because the investors are in it for their money. Right? It's their money. So they're going to tell me the truth, and they usually tell me the truth. A lot of the people that I talk to, that I find out all this information from, yeah, okay, I talk to people that work at studios and stuff like that. I understand all that. I get all that. But I'm saying the majority of the information I get are from investors. And these are the people that have their money invested in the company. They are not going to mince words, and they're not going to lie, and they're not going to take any bullshit from with any, out of both sides of your mouth corporal speak. They want the truth. You can't handle the truth. They want the truth. So that being the case, they trust themselves, and therefore I trust them. But something is off. I mean, nobody else found it funny that, like I said, they just did this thing this whole week, the last week, talking about hardware, and this and that. And I'm like, all right, great, they got hardware coming. And that's fine, that's totally fine. No one's denying that. I just find it strange that as soon as they finish talking about that for like 5 straight days, they released this and saying, by the way, we lost another 29% in hardware. It just is, guys, you got to admit that's fucked up. I don't care what you bleed. You can bleed blue, green, or neutral. I don't really care. But you got to admit that's really weird. James Black, that might be a good idea. Anyways, don't take all this stuff too seriously. But, it's something you should think about. Because, if my spidey sense is going off saying, this seemed kind of weird to you? But God forbid you say that. Everybody, you're an asshole now. You get called names. You're a pony. You're a fucking this. I'm not any of those things. I'm a gamer. And I'm a consumer. I'm a gamer and a consumer. And that's why I launched this channel. Because I'm like, listen, man, I'm just going to say it the way it is. Or the way, at least my truth. And that's totally fine, too. You know what I mean? Carlos, you may be onto something. By the way, welcome to the show, brother. Captain Crunch is in the house. I saw your name earlier in the chat. How you doing, buddy? But yeah, I just, like I said, it seemed a little off. It just seemed off to me, right? I got to that point where I'm just like, what are we doing here? And the funny thing is, and this is the other thing that pisses me off, actually, and it's not I'm not going on a super tirade about all this stuff, but it does piss me off. I do find it interesting that when people think, when I say these things about Microsoft, they think I'm talking about Xbox. Yeah, James Block, tell me about it. That's the big one. Hardware down, GTA releases, and no one's buying your hardware. So you're basically, listen, they're still going to sell millions of copies on Xbox. There's no question. Because there's still 30-something million people on the current gen consoles. The series consoles. Right? You're still going to sell at least 10 or 15 mil on Xbox alone. I guarantee it, because those people are there. They got the boxes in front of them. What are they going to do? Go buy something else just to play GTA 6? They got the box in front of them. You know what I mean? They'll just buy the game. So it will sell very well there. However, it doesn't bode well for a lot of other people who kind of jumped in and out of there. But anyways, like I said, when I talk shit about Microsoft, people instantly tie that into, oh, he's talking shit about Xbox. People, I don't know. People actually don't really say these things about me, but I have heard about it. People, oh, he's a flip-flopper or this and that or whatever. And I'm like, actually, no, I'm not talking about Xbox. And that's where the differentiation is. That's why I love the maggots. Because the maggots know what I'm talking about. They understand what I'm talking about. They know that if I'm talking about Microsoft, I'm talking about Microsoft. If I say something about Xbox, I will specifically say Xbox. But I actually am happy with Xbox. Like, I have no problem with what they're doing. Like, this year has been a monument. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This year has been a monumental year for Xbox. Monumental year. Great games I played on there, reviewed them, did videos on them, the whole 9 yards. Wonderful. Really enjoyed their games this year. And there's 4 games I haven't even played yet because I'm waiting till November. Right? With Ninja Gaiden and Outer Worlds and Keeper and then Call of Duty, whatever. You know, I'll dabble in those a little bit later, see how they all go. But they've had a great year. And that's Xbox. Microsoft doesn't know what well, they know what they're doing. But I understand what's happening. They're putting the boot on the neck of Xbox and forcing them to do things that they don't want to do. It's not actually coming from Xbox, I don't think particularly. I think a lot of it is from Microsoft putting the boot. So you see what I'm getting at? Like, does that make a little bit more sense for everybody? Jenna Hayes. She's saying, Mag, you look like Mr. Big from Art of Fighting. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Jenna Hayes. You see, hold on a second. Big Boy Barry, I want to talk about that very quickly. He said stack up Game Pass. But why? My question is this. I understand because you save money in the long run. Yes, you're absolutely right. But what if they have like a 5-month drought of like shit that you don't want to play? And I'm just like, well, they release nothing. Let's not forget 2022 and 2023. 2 years of of a barren wasteland, right? So you pre-stacked for 3 years. If they have these off periods, you can actually remove a full year. Like if they have like 3 months a year where they don't have anything you like, let's say, okay? Or maybe even 4 months a year. By 3 years you stacked up, you lost an entire year of Game Pass you paid for that you were playing third-party games. Think about that. So you prepaid for something that you may not always get what you wanted out of there. So sure, maybe you're paying $15. Let's say you're paying $20 a month for Game Pass instead of the $30 because you stacked up. That's great. But then all of a sudden you start getting, oh, well, this month really didn't have much. Well, this month didn't really have much. Oh, Grocery Shop Simulator came out this month. Oh, that sounds hot. All right, well, maybe we'll wait till next month. Oh, next month they have a great game coming. All right, wonderful. Okay, I'll do that. Then all of a sudden you play that for a few months and you have a couple other games in there. And all of a sudden you have another month with nothing. That shit adds up. So if you pre-stacked for like 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, whatever the maximum is, I can't remember what the maximum is. I think it's 3 years. And you stacked up there, you already prepaid Microsoft for months that you may not use. Unless you absolutely use it every single day or every single month and you get your whatever, $20 US dollars worth out of it a month. That's totally cool. But if you're like me, and there's months in there where you look at it and go, what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I mean? Like, there's months that go on end where I won't even look at some of the games that come out on there. I'm like, not interested. Never even heard of half of these games. Plus, there's a bunch of third-party games coming out. What Game Pass? What am I playing Game Pass? Right? What time do I have? I don't have that much time on my hands. Even if I had no job at all whatsoever, I still don't even have time to get through my backlog, let alone, getting a bunch of games on Game Pass that I'm not even going to play anyway. So I think about that as well. Like, for example, let's talk about the beginning of 2026. Okay? By the way, I can assure you that Halo Campaign Evolved is coming much sooner than later, as I had told you guys before. I had speculated, but now I'm hearing that it's coming actually very soon. So now, you've got Halo Campaign Evolved coming very soon. Okay? Look for that in the first 2 quarters of 2026. So you got that. You got Resident Evil Requiem. Okay, never mind Halo. Let's go with Resident Evil Requiem. We're talking about all non-Game Pass games. Resident Evil Requiem, not Game Pass. 007, which is looking better and better by the day, not Game Pass. You've got Soros, not Game Pass. You have Grand Theft Auto 6, not Game Pass. Right? And that's just the first 4 months of the year. And who knows what else? I think there's a whole bunch of other games that are coming out around that time too that are really hot. And I'm just like, okay, so there's 6 or 7 big games that are coming out. You're going to not play any of those games? Or you're going to buy all those games, plus you're going to be paying for that Game Pass subscription on top of it that you may or may not be utilizing enough to be able to get your money's worth. If you do get your money's worth, God bless. I will never ever, I'd be like, all right, cool, man. Then you are doing whatever you got to do. But for me, I can't justify it because I will be spending all that time playing AAA third-party games because there's just not enough time. to get through all of that. Plus, I'm doing my channel, I do my shows and everything else, and I game with the community. I'm still going to be playing Battlefield. If Alex doesn't stop busting my balls, then I'll probably end up buying Arc Raiders.
Yeah!
You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see how that all goes down. That's interesting, Carlos. I see that. I saw your comment. Hey, man, you know what? Xbox is king, to each their own. And that's why I don't actually, like, would ever criticize what people do. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? When I talk about these things, I talk about from my personal experience. I say, listen, if it's worth it for me, it's worth it for me. If it's not worth it for me, then it's not worth it for me. Magnum Sensei goes, I canceled Game Pass and now I'm just playing through my massive back catalog. Excellent. But then I also have Big Boy Barry, who plays a lot. Oh, he says, I play a lot of indies. That's wonderful. So that means he's getting his money's worth out of Game Pass. That's perfect for you. Xbox is king, believes, he's the same way. I mean, with a name like Xbox is king, it's not a surprise.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
And Big Boy Barry likes the service. It's convenient. That's excellent. Like I said, I would never talk shit about how people, what their version of worth is obviously different than everybody else's. Right? Different from mine, different from everybody else's. But he gets his value out of Game Pass. Perfect. Perfect. Are you happy? That's all that matters, right? Are you happy? That's all that should matter. And that's the way it should be. And that's the way this, like I said, that's the way this channel runs. But if I go on a 20-minute tirade bitching about, talking about who they're making a next-gen console for, it's not to shit-talk Xbox. I'm asking a question. A question I would hopefully like answered at some point. Like, I'm trying to figure it out because it doesn't make any sense to me, right? But, stupid people who do not come to this channel. Only smart people come to this channel. Stupid people will think that, oh, why are you hating? Why are you dooming and glooming? I'm not. I'm asking a question. Wes, what are you asking me, brother? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Like being able to like sort of pick and choose like what would you get with a subscription. Yes, I can understand how all that would work. Like I know the cable companies do that. Like for example, cable companies used to offer packages where you'd be like, okay, well you get this package, you get these 3 sports channels, plus you get 2 movie channels, whatever. But then people started rejecting it saying, I don't want that. I'm like, I just want to pay for the sports channels. Why do I have to get these 2 movie channels and then you're bundling it together and I'm forced to pay for something I don't want? Which is exactly what Game Pass is doing. Not a lot of people say, Alex, you ball buster.
Yeah!
What? You know what I mean? So like for example, Game Pass is doing that right now. I don't need Ubisoft Plus Classics. I own every single one of those games because I bought every single one of those games. I don't play Fortnite, so I'm not going to pay. It's great value for people who play Fortnite and great value for people who haven't gone back and played those Ubisoft Classics. Wonderful. But that's not me. I've already played all those games and I don't like Fortnite. I don't like Fortnite, and I've already played all the Ubisoft games. So for me, it's a non-value. It's not valuable for me, especially at almost $40 a month Canadian. No. Right? So like for me, it's not a value, and I don't play a shitload of indie games. I play a couple here and there, but like nothing crazy. Like I'm at like Big Boy Barry, for example. He loves indie games. And see, Little Evil's nailed it right on. He goes, Mag, you still need some form of Game Pass, otherwise you lose your multiplayer access. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. So, Wes, you're not wrong to answer your question. So what you're trying to say is they're like the cable companies now, they're like, fine. Curate your own list of channels. and then we'll charge you accordingly, channel by channel by channel. And that's what they did over there. I think I could see that sometime in the future. I could possibly see that. I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but if the cable companies came around and did that, which they did, then I could do that. For example, the Blue Jays, the World Series right now, right? Major League Baseball for anybody who's outside of North America. So the World Series is on right now, and my Toronto Blue Jays are in the World Series finals, right? And I didn't have the channel. They have this thing called Sportsnet, whatever the hell it's called, Sportsnet HD or whatever. And I didn't have that channel subscribed to because I don't really watch Sportsnet, because anytime I watch football and stuff, I get those on different channels and all that. So, and soccer, same thing. So anyways, I didn't have all that. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, what can I do here? So they said on the thing, it says, Bell says, well, for $19.99, you can have the whole month and then just cancel after that. I'm like, done. So I got just the one channel. One channel. And I was able to watch the entire Major League Baseball playoffs with that. There you go. Just like that. So maybe you're onto something, Wes. Maybe you're onto something, but I think it's going to take time, because now that they raised the price, it's going to take another year before they sit back and say, okay, what are the metrics now? How are people responding to the price increases? How are more people here? Or did more people leave to go to PC? What's going on? Whatever. When they start looking at that, then they're going to make different decisions as to how the future of Game Pass is going to look. Canada Best 100. Thank you for coming by the chat, buddy. Oh, you were lurking, were you? He says, hey, Mag, awesome Little Nightmares 3 stream with your daughter. I'm thinking of picking it up to play with my niece who loves horror games also. Yes, it is a wonderful game. And as something that I really, really love to promote on this channel. I really love to promote togetherness. And I mean that in all respects. Like, I mean that not only just family and friends, and of course all my online family that I've made friends with since this journey began. Never mind just the journey on YouTube, but also the journey on my own channel right here. So it's been wonderful. So it's been wonderful. So I promote all that. Like, for example, like when I do my Battlefield streams. And even sometimes I was playing Battlefield like off streams. I was playing with Dizzy Delta on there amongst some other people. And we were having a great old time. We weren't even doing it on YouTube or anything like that. Snow Dragon has finally jumped in. Thank you so much, buddy. You know what I mean? So anyway, the point is that like when I'm playing Battlefield, I'm playing with Xbox, I'm playing with PC, and I'm playing with PlayStation players. And guess what? Nobody talks about no console war bullshit. Nobody talks about who's better than this, that, and the other. We're out there playing games, doing objectives, and having a great time doing it, and that's all that matters. Now, when I talk about all this other stuff, I talk all about other stuff because it's interesting, number one. And number two, it's a talk show. A talk show, you have to talk. So, you know, sometimes people criticize Colt and I. And when Colt and I do a show, they're like, "Why do you guys keep talking about that?" I go, "What the fuck are we going to talk about? Nothing? We're going to sit here for 2 hours and go, yeah, everything's cool, and then just hang around and wait for super chats? Like, what are you talking about? You have to talk." So a lot of it is talking. We got to talk about stuff, man. 78 Inc., thank you so much, my brother. That's my friend. Support of the channel from day one. Thank you, my friend. He sends a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. And he says, CD Keys loaded 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate for $57.09. 6 months for $108.79. You're welcome, people. I'm not paying full price for nothing. That's my boy. So you know what you do with that? Thank you very much for that, 78 Inc. And thank you for sending that out to everybody. Hey, Neil, how's it going, buddy? I know Canada Best, I wish they had couch co-op in the game too, but alas, we can't have everything we want. You can't always get what you want. So anyways. The thing is, I would do that. You know what I would do? I would buy a bunch of those. Okay? Like, not a bunch. Like 3 of them or something, right? 3 of the 3-month Game Pass Ultimates. And you know what you do with that? This is how you beat the man. Wait until a bunch of games drop. Right? Like, for example, right now, like, wait till November. This is what I would do. If I had that 3-month ultimate that 78 Inc. is talking about there, right? So you're paying approximately $18 a month for Game Pass if you go to CD Keys, Loaded, whatever. Okay, you know what I would do? I'd wait till November. And I wouldn't be subscribed at all. And then drop that 3 months right there. But then what you do for $57, you could play 4 games. Brand new games. On top of the other games that you didn't get to. You could play Call of Duty, you could play Ninja Gaiden, you could play Outer Worlds 2, and you could play Keeper. Right there. 4 games right off the bat. So essentially, that's how you do it. So you basically played 4 games for $14 a piece. You played Call of Duty for $14. I mean, I'm just doing some rough math here. We're not going crazy. Yeah, that's basically right. I was pretty damn close. I was off by $1. $14.50. So you paid $14.50 for Call of Duty, $14.50 for Outer Worlds 2, $14.50 for Keeper, and $14.50 for Ninja Gaiden 4. Done. That's what I would do. And then after the 3 months, you play all those games, let it expire. Just, who cares? You got the passes for the next one anyway. You buy like 3 or 4 of them, and you just have them like stacked up in a drawer somewhere. However the hell it comes in. I don't know. Aki Throbber, greatest name in the game. Thank you so much. I love it. Always make me laugh when I see that name. And then you know what you do? You wait till next fall. You got lots of other games to play. You got your backlog. You got all kinds of shit going on. You got you got your AAA game, your third-party games, your backlog, all kinds of nonsense stuck in there, right? Do that. And then you know what you do after that? You wait till next October. Because you know why? And then you drop another $56, whatever it was, $57 from that CD Keys thing. And you know what you get there? You get Gear Z-Day. You get Forza Horizon 6. And you get Call of Duty for $14 a piece. That's how you do it. That's how I would do it. That's what I would do. Huh? Gaming is 100% a privilege, Xbox is king. 100% a privilege. Not everybody can afford to do it. But there are avenues for people who do not have the same means as the rest of us. And I mean the rest of us is, I mean, a lot of people here in this chat or whatever. We all spend thousands of dollars. Let's face it. Let's face it. That's thousands of dollars we spend. Some people don't even realize it. God, if I were to subscribe to Game Pass for the year, it'd be in Canada, it's $462 a year. That's almost the price of what I paid for the Series X when it came out. Or not the Series X, the PS5 digital, $499. I bought a PS5 digital on day 1 for $499. And that's what Game Pass costs now. Oh, Diamond Eyes, you like the audio and effects, do you? Well, I got one for you, Diamond Eyes. That's right, Diamond Eyes gets the special music. Always because that name makes me laugh every time I see it, man. Xbox is king. What are you saying? Love your room mag, looks good. Your version outlasted the fawns, yeah. I got a new arcade coming in 2026. I just, it's going to be a surprise. Get out of here, Big Boy Barry. My Series S was free rewards points. Holy shit, dude. That's amazing. That's amazing. The cloud is coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Snow Dragon drops a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, brother. And Snowdragon says, do you think they will keep selling the previous gen consoles as the cheaper option like Switch is doing or smartphones? Good point. No. They're going to sell out whatever they have, and that's all there is to it. Whatever's already been made, that's what you're going to be getting. They will not be producing any more hardware. I could tell you, I know someone else has already talked about it, but I've also heard the same thing, that the Series X has ceased all production. Period. Series X has ceased all production. There are no more Series X's being made. So, my suggestion to everybody out there is do not get rid of your series consoles under any circumstances. Because if you cannot afford this PC lifestyle that is very, very expensive, then your only option will be to stream or to cloud from your series consoles. Or utilize the cloud. Sorry, not cloud. You know what I meant. Yeah, grubby old fart. I got you for 3 minutes. Yeah, Jay Slayer, no shit, right? Just in time for GTA 6. Thank you so much, Just Snowdragon. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. Right in time for GTA 6. Yeah, they ceased production of the Series X. I would expect no more hardware coming out of Microsoft in terms of the series consoles. Whatever they've made is all they got. I've also heard a rumor. Now, I don't know if this is true. We're just saying, okay, before we get wild, I just heard a rumor that they've got warehouses full of these fucking things just sitting there collecting dust. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just telling you what I heard. You know I hear a lot of shit. Most of it is shit when it comes to stuff like that, because I don't have like an actual source. I just heard about it. When I talk to actual people that know what's going on, then yeah, I'll be like, yo, guys, this is what's happening. Like, for example, when I heard that the Series X was ceased all production, I know that was someone who's actually from there, who's actually at Microsoft. And they're telling me information like that. It's interesting. But as for like that rumor about everything, you know, about consoles being stacked up in a warehouse that no one's buying, I don't know anything about that. I just whatever. Who knows? But anyway, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. We don't care about that stuff. Holy shit, El Nini, that's amazing. He's got a Halo Infinite Series X sealed. Dude. Oh, Dark Cloud. No, I closed it off. So anyways, yeah, that's the story. So like I said, what I want to leave you guys with tonight, as before I head off, and hey, G.I. Joe, how's it going, buddy? Arc Raiders says, man, I've had so many people bust my balls about it. I'll have to take a look at it, and maybe in about a month from now. If it's still hot, then I'm going to jump in, because I'm hearing great things about it, but I just, right now, I got too many games going on. Max polls all over YouTube. Knickknacks. Oh, my God. Yeah! Right off a cliff.
This is Sparta! Listen. Fuck off. Get out!
I want to leave you guys with this. This was not to be, and I know you guys understand this, but you know, a lot of people who listen after the fact or whatever, they don't get it. Not everybody, but there's some people who listen after the fact and be like, you're a fucking asshole, or this and that, whatever. I want to leave you guys with something. This was never meant to be a negative talk. This was never meant to be a negative show or anything like that. And it's not. It really isn't. We're just discussing, because I like to, when I like to engage in critical thinking, I think that it's important that we ask the tough questions. And we ask questions that, when something doesn't make sense logically, I have to question it. And as a result of that, sometimes I may come across as the bad guy. Morella Kiss? Am I saying that right? Because that's a pretty cool name. I like that name. Cigs and cigarettes? Who the hell is that? He's blowing up huge. Come have some rational conversations with us, brother. Who's this Sigs and Cigar? Okay, dude, Xbox is king. You have my DM me. Let me know who that is. Morellicus. Yo, dude, you got the fucking greatest name. I love that name. It's a great name. David Merrifield, how you doing, buddy? Anyways, the point is this. I want to leave you guys with this. Question, and this goes for life. This does not only go for gaming, okay? But I wanted to implement it into tonight's show when I was talking about the Xbox hardware situation, where that's going and whatever else, and why certain things don't add up in a way that doesn't make it, like things that don't make sense to me. And I know you guys get it. I don't have to keep repeating it. But I want you guys to take this with you tonight and apply it to everything in your life. Think of it as homework. Question everything. And you don't have to be an asshole about it. Maybe some people think I come across as an asshole. Yeah, I know, G.I. Joe. Come on, man. Stop busting my balls about Arc Raiders. He's saying it's so good. You're going to make me buy it. Question everything. And don't be an asshole by doing that. I may come across as an asshole because I'm very loud, I'm very brash, or whatever else. And you know what's funny? I'm actually not like that in real life. I mean, I am, but I'm not. But I want you to take that in your life, and whenever you see something, not everything is a conspiracy theory. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to be like Alex Jones. You don't have to do all that shit. Bubbles in space. But what I'm trying to say is that question everything. And when things don't add up, just kind of be like, that's off. That doesn't seem right. Feel like I'm being lied to. Question things. Because they're counting on you just accepting what they're saying. And when it's your money and your dollars and how expensive this world has got. And this world has gotten expensive, especially up here. I know the U.S. is not that much better. And other countries around the world. We're getting fucked. Left, right, and center. They're not even buying us dinner. It's your money. Question everything. Because if you don't question everything, they will shovel whatever it is they've got into your mouth. And that's not right. Because you should be doing what you should be doing with your money, you pay very close attention to. And it doesn't matter about no fucking console war bullshit. Oh, the console wars are over. Xbox is dead. Xbox is alive. You know, there's that. Nobody cares about any of that shit. Nobody cares about that shit. Question everything because these companies just want your money. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about your happiness. They don't care about your children. They don't care about your families. They don't care about whether you think you've done the right thing or the wrong thing or whatever else. No, fuck them. Forget it. Question everything and say, I don't believe you. And make them, hold them accountable because it's your money. They're not worth $4 trillion without you. If every office in the world told Microsoft to F off, there'd be no more Microsoft because there wouldn't be any 365. There wouldn't be any Microsoft Office. There wouldn't be any Copilot. Sony would be nothing if everybody said, I'm not buying your console. It's too expensive or whatever. Sony would cease to exist. So when you do plunk down that hard-earned money of yours, question everything. And that's all I was trying to say. When it got to that hardware stuff, they like I said, I don't have to repeat it over and over and over again, but they talked about hardware for a week and then all of a sudden release a report that it's a 29% decrease in hardware sales, but you're talking like for a week straight about next-gen hardware. I find that suspicious. And I think that, like I said, I'm not holding anybody back. I'm just saying, of all the different things that you should look at those kind of things. And question everything, especially when it comes to your money. That's all I had to say about that. Now, before we go, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on over here. We got Al Nini dropping a $10 super chat, and he says, developers. Developers. Thank you, El Nini. I wasn't sweaty enough for you, buddy, but hey, man, I tried my best. God damn it. I tried my best. I should have had some water and like sprayed it on my shirt so I had like those the sweaty pit stains all over me. Thank you so much, El Nini. I appreciate that, brother. And then we've got Morella Kiss. Morella Kiss. What a name. What a name. Morella Kiss has become a magnificent maggot. Welcome to hell, Morella Kiss. You have now become a channel member. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Thank you for joining the channel, brother. I greatly appreciate that, man. And holy shit. To send us off for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one,
Do not come.
the only,
Do not come.
Seth Monster. Drops a $50 US super chat and he says, shut up and get our graders. It's Play Anywhere. Holy shit. Ark, God damn it, Seth Monster, you are a most ridiculous human being. I absolutely adore you guys. You guys are absolutely... You guys leave me speechless on a weekly basis, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You guys are incredible. Okay, fine. So, Seth Monster has officially bought me Ark Raiders. Thank you so much, Seth Monster. Guess what? I'll buy it tonight. And it's your fault. And it's your fault. Thank you, Seth Monster. This game better be good. I'm just kidding. Holy shit, we got a lot of celebrities in the chat here tonight, guys. We got a lot of celebrity in the chat here tonight. We had Jenna Hayes, who's a porno star. Not that I know, I just heard about it. Alex, listen, Seth Monster, you made Alex's dream come true. The guy's like just jizzed his pants right now. And look who else we got. Hey, Leo Leon is here. How's it going, buddy? No way, Kid Smooth just dropped a new Xbox Anthem. Oh, I want to hear it. Anyways, we have another celebrity in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, Hillary Duff is here. That's right. The real Hillary Duff is here in the chat. I am sure, 100% sure, that's not somebody's sock account. But Hillary Duff is here to see me. I'm just kidding, Hillary Duff. How you doing? Wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if it was actually Hillary Duff? Can you imagine if it was actually Hillary Duff? Because I've already had Jenna Hayes tonight, who's a porn star, and I'm thinking to myself, can you imagine if that actually was Jenna Hayes? Because that shit would be really hot. Can you imagine? I'd be like, Jenna Hayes watches me. The funny thing is, I watch a lot of Jenna Hayes when my wife's not around. Oh my God. Morella Kissy goes, when are you going to stream again so I don't miss 98% of it? Listen, dude, I will be on tomorrow in the daytime, probably around lunchtime or maybe like 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow's Halloween. It's an all-day celebration for Halloween, so I'm going to be going, like, I'm going to be doing stuff, like, all day with my family, friends. I got a huge party at my house tomorrow night. We got 25 people coming over to the house. Big costume party, the whole 9 yards. However, in the daytime, I'm going to be celebrating... yeah, Canada beat, nice. I'm going to be celebrating Halloween with of course, the maggots out here. And we will be playing Silent Hill F tomorrow at around, give or take, around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I know that's really great for our UK people because you guys will just be finishing work or whatever. It's early evening for you guys. So it's all good. I know some of y'all are down at the pub. But when you get home, you'll find me on here playing Silent Hill F tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. As for MAGGCAST will return to its regular slot, which is Tuesday nights at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the only reason why I did it today on Thursday at 8:45 is because on Tuesday was Game 3 of the World Series, Game 4 of the World Series, and I had family over watching that game as well. So it was a whole situation, man. It was a whole situation. So yeah, that was all there was to it. But anyways, yeah. Oh, and look at this.
Welcome to hell!
78 ink, right as I'm trying to get off the air. No, he says, Mag, you're staying until this is done. Sends a 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, 78 ink. You were amazing, buddy. And he sends that to Nate Dogg, Dark Cloud, John. Oh, did I see the name? John Dexter?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again.
There you go, John Dexter. I made that specially for you, even though I've just seen your name for the first time ever. But you get it not once, but you're going to get that twice.
Tonight's the night.
There you go, Dexter.
And it's going to happen again and again.
And Lucci Sky also receives it as well. Listen, for all my new gifted members, thank you so much. And of course, the 78 ink, thank you, brother, for being such a huge supporter of this channel, man. You are absolutely amazing. I absolutely adore you, buddy. I can't thank you guys enough for all that. New members, you got access, of course, to emojis. You got access now to our members-only Discord, which is, in all capitals, the space Mag Show. Mag Show being all one word. That's where the members-only chat happens over there. You can go to the Discord, talk to us there. You also get first access to all my cooking videos. I will be releasing a new cooking video next week. And then there will be more perks in the new year. I was saying on my members-only Q&A, and sometimes once in a while I will drop a 45-minute Q&A session where it's just the members. We come hang out and have a little chit-chat and talk about where the channel's going, what new things I got coming up. I even had the community members, the channel members come out and help me name the new show that I got coming up that's going to be starting in about a month from now. And so we all do that. So we all participate together, and everybody has input that is valuable. So we all do these things together. It's really a democracy on this channel. So it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's Halloween now. No, not over here. It's still 11/26, man. And Dark Cloud, he just can't help himself, eh? He's just got to put let's go Dodgers. Come on. Listen, man, the Jays are Game 6 is tomorrow night. Someone asked that in the chat. He goes, when is Game 6? Oh, it's Nate Dogg. And he said the same thing. He just said, he says, when is Game 6? Game 6 is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So the wild thing is that I got Halloween going on. I'm going to be watching the door because the kids are going to be coming and all that shit. My kids and all the neighborhood kids, they go in a big group and they go out together, and all the parents go out with them. Then all those parents are coming back and we're having an epic adult party while all the kids are going to be in the basement, counting all their candy and chocolate and all that shit and doing all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to be partying upstairs. And at the same time as all that, Game 6 of the World Series is going to be on the TV. It's going to be the most ridiculous night ever. It's going to be unreal, man. It's going to be unreal. And without wasting any more time, Morella Kiss. Thank you so much. Morella Kiss drops a $15 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And he says, here you can reset the goal. Take it, giggity. Dude, you absolutely rock. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, Morella Kiss, not only for that, but also for becoming a channel member as well, man. And remember, when you become a channel member, you know what that means.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
That's right. Welcome to hell. Xbox is king when I used to do my Pony Master 420 videos. Yes. Thank you, Morella Kiss, man. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, Xbox is king. That's when I used to do my Pony Master 420 videos. I used to wear the pony outfit, and I almost got banned off of Twitter back in those days.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
That's right. Here we go again. Because there was one I filmed, and then I got in shit for it, and then I had to pull it down because I was just playing around. I mean, you couldn't see anything, obviously. I was still wearing, my underwear. But I was mimicking having sex with my PS5, wearing my pony horn. And I was wearing a shirt. I was wearing like a rainbow colored like muscle shirt with a unicorn on it. And I had these fuzzy like rainbow colored boots, and my wife bought them because they were and in slow motion, which of course I filmed in normal and I slowed it down in slow motion, there was a shot of me having sex with my PS5, and I tried to put it up, and immediately I got an email saying, if you don't take it down in the next whatever minutes, you will be banned from Twitter. So I had to remove that video. So, hey, man, I thought it was funny as hell. It was a little bit... yeah, I know. Tell me about it, Leon. It was wild. I mean, you know, sometimes my comedy gets out of control. But that's what comedy is, man. It's supposed to push boundaries. But whatever, man. It's so funny. But either way, guys, that's it for tonight, folks. We had one hell of a show tonight. We're coming up on 3 hours. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that. But either way, absolutely amazing. Listen, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. You're absolutely amazing. Nate Dogg, maybe one day, buddy. Maybe one day. No, Xbox is King, you won't see that video because it was banned. I had to remove it. Otherwise, I was going to get banned. Yo, I'm sure now that Elon Musk owns it, yeah, sure, now I can get away with it. But back then, no. But anyways, I got to get running, folks. But thank you guys so much for such an amazing show. And thank you, Xbox is King. Thank you guys for all the support, the super chats, the memberships, the gifted memberships, and even just being here, hitting that like button and just watching the video, helping me out in any which way possible. It is all greatly appreciated, man. You guys have no idea how much it means to me, because I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I want to do this. I want to do this full time. It's not financially feasible right now to do this full time, but I want to get there one day. And because I want to get there one day, I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop grinding and pushing and trying to provide the best content I possibly can. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going and keep going. And I'm never, ever going to stop. So thank you guys all for the support, because without you guys, I can't get there. And you have done that all for me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And as soon as I get off the air, Seth Monster, it's your fault. I'll be buying Arc Raiders as soon as I get off the air. You son of a bitch.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
As for a show, guys, remember tomorrow afternoon, I will be streaming Silent Hill F. Somewhere around 11 a.m. Eastern into the afternoon. And then, of course, MAGGCAST. I'll be on XNC on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. That'll be on Colt's channel. And on Tuesday, we will go back to our normal scheduled time for MAGGCAST. That is Tuesday nights, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. So there we go. We're all good. So actually, now you're going to get, you're going to get two shows pretty close, because tonight's Thursday. You only have to wait 4 more days, and I'll be back on here doing MAGGCAST again. But anyways, whoever's hanging around tomorrow in the day, come check me out. I'll be here around 11 a.m. or so. I'll be doing Silent Hill F. So we'll see you guys all then. Happy Halloween to everybody. We'll talk to you guys all real soon. Love you guys. Everybody have yourself a wonderful night. Stay magnificent. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye now.